Alright, guys, am I audible? Yes, no. Good evening, everyone. So, how are you all guys doing? Today is Friday. Lazy? Cool. ठीक है. So, all good? Yeah, me too. All good with me as well. Okay. Dipanshu, my work time is not confirmed. Like I don't have any confirmed time when I wish to work. I usually work at 12 to 8 or 12 to 7:30, but it will be very according to my choice, so I can work anytime I want. Suppose like I am not a morning person, to be honest, so I usually work at night, so it's pretty much comfortable for me, night work. So when, like, if I have to develop some logic, or if I have to work something in something new, like if I want to like research or any kind of something doing new, then I prefer nighttime. Otherwise I'm okay with the morning time, but not so early. Like I usually start my day at 11 or 11:30 max, not below, like not above that. Doubt section is added here. So can we add images if any problem is faced during the coding? Today is a doubt session? I don't think so. Doubt session has been added here. Niranjan, where have you seen doubts feature? How sections added on right bar? Okay, so we are discussing about the features that has been added in the app, if I'm not wrong. Okay, cool. Okay, just a second. Just a second. All right. Yeah. On the portal, I have been informed by the team just now that the feature has been added. Okay. So we'll do one thing for today. Okay. So we'll continue with the problems that we have taken earlier. So I guess you guys have worked with this particular things with the problems that we have discussed in the earlier part. Regarding the problem 3 plus 8 plus 1, can we solve it by running it in the loop and save the numbers in the temporary variable and keep adding them, like 3 followed by 8 followed by 1? So we did the same thing, na Subrajit? Instead of this temp variable, we used the sum variable. We did the exit thing. We first fetched the number 1, number 8, number 3, and we added gradually, right? In the loop only. Cool. Like we handle fractional, yes, but then we used parsing. Okay, so Subhajit, here also you, I suppose you have used parsing in order to divide your numbers, if I'm not wrong. Correct? Right? Yeah. Cool. Okay. So okay, I meant to say we did parsing in the class. Yes, we did the parsing in the class. So like, what exactly you trying to say? We can do it in recursive. Oh, okay. So still, I think so. Recursive functions are not covered. Like what is recursion, that is not has been covered. Okay, Subrajit. So once we have encounter that, then we can solve this problem again with respect to the recursion. Cool. So for now, everyone, please ignore what is recursion. Will come across in the next week, I guess so. Uh, I wanted to show whether we get pattern questions in coding interview. Yes, you will get it. Like I have not seen the sort of questions till yet. Ekta, I can say like some companies still prefer to ask these pattern questions. One of my friends who was working in the Amazon and he is right now in the Google. So in the Google in the first round also he has asked this kind of questions. He was asked this kind of questions like pattern. Not this is not this kind of simple patterns, but it involve logic. Like it involve multiple loops inside it. Till now we have just used in the nested loop we have just used two or three loops maximum, right? Over there it would be like at the next level. Once we will solve the lead code problems, then you will delete with myself. Cool. Okay, so for now I'll suggest that just try to practice more and more logic related problems. So if you encounter the pattern problems or any kind of problems, any kind of such problems, you will get to know of this. All I guess so. It depends on company, as I just said. So many companies still ask it, but some of them have not. So better to be in a safer side, right? To learn all of this. Don't try to escape from this, right? Nishant, I would suggest that go to the lead code or Gigs for Geeks is also a cool platform to start with, but not from the advanced level. Also, I would suggest that try to solve more problems in just a random manner. Don't just rely on the concept. Okay, and don't just try to solve first hard problems. Just start first. Just start with the basic problems. Gradually, we will move to the easiest problems. Then we will move to the medium problems. So you can solve the problems by topics. In lead code, there is something called as a filter of the topics also. Topic and like majority also. Okay, so over there you can put some basic or easy problems, and you can just put your topic as strings or arrays when we encounter arrays. So you can also solve that. Okay, right now we have not solved many problems because we are just at the basic starts with. And in the next week, entire week, we will just focus on the data structures and arrays. Okay, once you encounter the arrays, you will have more problems to solve. Dipanshu, it will depend on the interviewer, right? So if I'm taking interview, then I don't no tell them to write complete code. I just tell them to write algo or pseudocode or logic. Nilanjan, lead code is a website. In here, you can solve a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems that has been given. Just try to explore and Google what is lead code. You will get to know about it. How to deal with pattern problems? It's really helpful. Yeah, that's thank you, Vikas, Vishal. Okay. Yes, Vaibhav, it's same because I have told the team that we require some more time to solve these problems. I don't want to skip out. That's why I asked to have this session to today also. Yes, Ikta, I guess so. Like if time permits, then I will definitely give you some tips and some questions related to JavaScript also. Okay, if time permits, then we'll do that for sure because I enjoy the most the taking interview. Okay, okay. So let's start with the today's class. You know, and today I'll also guide you how to code in VS Code, how to code like how to get and how to work with GitHub if time permits. But for VS Code for sure, I'll tell you how to write some code in that. Cool. Okay. So for today, let me share my screen. Okay. Let me just confirm once you can able to see my screen. Okay. Just confirm when you can see my screen. I'm restarting. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we will focus on some more problems that we have already gone through in the previous classes. But I wanted to brush up your concept well. So I thought that why don't we invest some more time in that, because this is your basics, right? And more people are from non-tech background. So it would be great that if we will spend some more time in basics, then after we'll move to the advanced concepts such as arrays and leaks and all this kind of things. Good. Okay. So let me open my OneNote, and I guess so you all have no access through my previous class PDF also, right? I have shared it. है ना? Okay. Okay. So today is like 13th of May. Okay, fine. So, uh, people, we have solved problems such as LCM, uh, SCF, this kind of problems we already solved. Some basic kind of patterns also we already solved, right? Okay. So now today we will focus on something called as no, the concepts of power. Let me just first tell you what do I mean by the power thing. Okay, but before that, I think so in the last class, let me see in my tab what we have covered in the last. I guess so the LCM, right? We have covered the last problem, the LCM, in the previous class. Yes. Okay. So now, yes. So for today, if I will tell you that no, we have this number. Uh, 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 yes, we have this number such as 3, 2, 1, right? If you want to find the sum of it, like 3 plus 2 plus 1, you already know the logic of this, right? We did this in the previous class, you know, right? Okay. Nishant, we have not covered do while loop. We will cover it today because I have a more question that will involve the do while loop. Okay, so bear with me. Okay. So yeah, we did this, but what if I will tell you that if I will take any number such as 1650 or 321 itself, I don't want to add my first and my last digit. Okay, here also I don't want to add my first and last digit. I just want to add the middle of the digits, except first and last I want to add. Okay, okay. Question is clear with everyone. Question is clear, right? So I have just tweaked the question that I don't want to add the all digits. Instead of this, I just want to remove my first and last, and remaining digit I want to add. So here I just want to add 6 plus 5. That will be 11. I want this answer 11. Okay. In here, since there is only one digit, if I remove the first and last digit, I just want to have this number 2. Cool. ठीक है. ठीक है. Right. Yes. Everyone clear with the questions, right? है ना? Okay. Okay, fine. And if I just enter the two digit number such as 21, then my answer should be -1. If I'll just take an example of number 9, then I want to get my answer as -1. Cool. Okay. So now Shivam is saying answer is equals to sum of all digit minus first digit minus last digit. Okay, but in that case, Shivam, what I will do in this particular number 9? If you have the input of number 9, what you will do? So according to your logic, your answer would be 9 minus 9. That would be 0, है ना? Right? Okay. Yes, Likith has point that number greater than 100, number less than or equals to 100, then and then only we have to do this. But Likit, what do you mean by the number is less than or equals to 100? Then we have to return -1. Otherwise, we have to do the logic. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. We will check if digits greater than 3. Cool. Okay. Perfect. First, we will calculate the digit length. Yes, we have to do that. And I guess so in the previous class also we did some program to calculate a digit if I'm not wrong, right, people? Right? है ना? Ekta says we can convert to string and check. No, Ekta, whenever this kind of questions, don't try to convert it of anything, right? So in this question also, I told you, right? Don't convert it. You know, write some logic in maths also. It does enter loop assign 1. Okay, we did. Yes, yes. Okay, ठीक है. So see, can I do this? That first I'll no have my number such as 3 to 1. Okay, before that, if you any of you guys no, I want to add something in between of this, then you are free to do that. Okay, or if you want to have some time to think, I'll just give you 2 minutes to think. Okay, so that's why also you can no, have your mind active. Okay, so just see this and let me know what kind of specific solution that I can apply in this that would work in entire case. Okay, so these two are the success case, these two are will be the failure case. Okay, so it should work on the every cases of this. Cool. So you have just 2 minutes to think about it, and then I'll just start with the my concept. Okay, get the last digit outside of the loop, and for loop condition we need n greater than 10. Rest for the logic can be similar to sum of the digit number. That I think so. This will be a little bit confusing because you use that we need n greater than 10 every time. It will not be true, na. I want some logic that will be true at entire point of time. Okay, if I'll take the input as 100 digit, then also it should work. For the first digit, yes, yes, it should work, right? Okay. Till now we are giving direct inputs, right? We have still not learned to give input through prompt. Ashura, I think so. In the Saturdays or Sundays class, I explained that. If I'm not wrong, people, can you confirm? We've used right the prompt, you know. Okay, Ashura, can you please repeat that? Like, can you please watch some recordings of that particular classes? You can get to know about it. I think it's on Saturday. I taught this Saturday or Sunday. Okay, number dot length we can just use Nishan. Dot length will be just applicable to the string inputs, not for the integers or numbers, you know. Dot length will not work for them. Okay, okay. So let's see what we can apply in this. Okay, so first of all, you guys have to clear that we need to find the number of digit for this. Number of digits for this. Okay, we already gone through this program how to find the number of digits of this. Okay, if you are not aware about it, I'll repeat it for today, but it should not be, that case that you are not aware about it. Okay, but for this case, since I have to use this logic again, I'll explain this. Okay, so first of all, you need to find the number of digits whatever the number will be having. Okay, after that you need to check whether your number is greater than or your number is no, three digits or not. Okay, if it's of three digits, if it's of 3 digits, let's say your number is somewhat what, uh, 101 or 102, then you will get from this particular program you will get your output as 3, right? है ना? That we have already seen, right? Okay, so your number should be greater than 2. So number of digits greater than 2. If this is the true case, like if your number of digits are greater than 2, then you have to work. Okay, otherwise you need to return what? Otherwise means your number of digits are not greater than 2. That means your number is of not 3 digits, right? So you need to return -1, right? Right? है ना? That's what we explained here in the earlier scenario, right? That your number, if your number is 21 or 9, which is not of 3 digits, and then you need to return -1. Okay, so that's what I did here also. Okay, now if your number is greater than 2, okay, then you have to work. But what should be your stopping criteria here? When should you stop? When your number of digits are not greater than 2, right? This should be supposed to be your stopping criteria, if I'm not wrong, है ना? Right? Okay, now whatever your number will be, let's say here your input number is 321 for an example. Okay, so first of all you have to divide your number. That's, let's say you have to divide your number by 10. Okay, so if you divide this number through 10, you will get output as 32.1. But from this you just want 32 as your answer. Okay, so that is why you need to convert it into the What into what? Integer, right? So for that I need to use parseInt, right? And you need to assign it to back to the number. Cool. ठीक है? Okay. Now you need to take your last digit. Let's say like why we did this, because I don't have to get the 3 and 1. Okay, okay, I need to omit this one. So if you work with the previous example, let's say in the previous example, first we have taken the modulo operation to get the last digit, but here I don't want to get the last digit. That's why I have first divided my number to 10, so that I can omit to the number 1. Let's say if I will divide this number to the 10, I'll get the answer as 32, right? So I eventually I removed this particular one number from my original number. Cool. Now I want 2 to be added because my last number is already removed, right? So if you just want to fetch your last digit, then what should you do? I explained this in the last lecture. If I want 2 from 32, what should I do? Likit, if you divide your number 10, then it would be not the exact case, right? Because if you divide 32 by 10, then you will get answer as 3.2. But I want 2, not 3. Modulo operation, right? Correct. So whenever you will have to fetch the last digit, then you have to use the modulo operation. Okay. So here, let's say last digit is equals to num modulo 10. Cool. Okay. So now you will have to access the last digit. Now you have access to the last digit. Okay. Once you have access to the last digit, you have to add it to the sum variable. Let's say sum is equals to sum plus last digit. Okay. Okay. Now you don't want to go with the 3. So what, how can you stop, like how can you stop this particular process? Now again you have to check your new number, like from now, right now your new number is 32. Okay, and your new number is 32. So 32, again you have to check your number of digits are greater than 2 or not. So you don't have to repeat everything all over again. You just have to divide this number to 100. If you divide this number to the 100, you will get output as 0.32. And if you get 0 in the integer part, you have to stop. Am I clear with the logic? Dipanshu, am I clear with the logic? Likit, we cannot use n less than 10, because let's say for here in this particular case, if you just add your condition as n less than 10, then this 32 will be true, but it should not. Okay, Nilanjan, I'll explain why we have divided the number to the 32, right? So initially my number was 3 to 1, right? I didn't want this 3, I didn't want this 1. So in order to remove this one, I did 312 divided by 10. That will be 32.1. If you just access the integer part of it, that will be 32. Okay, you're parsing. Okay, so if you just divide your number to the 10, you can omit your last digit. Cool. Okay, since we don't want the first and last digit here, we have removed our last digit from the number 32 321. Now my new number is 32. I want this 2 because since it's not the last digit, right? And so I want the number 2. So if I want the number 2, then I have to divide, sorry, modulo 32 modulo by 10. I'll get remainder as 2. Since I have the excess of remainder 2, I'll add it into the sum variable. Okay, so my sum would be initially it was 0, now it would be 2. Okay, now I'll again check whether my this new number 32 is eligible for my eligibility or not, because 32 is of 2 digits number. But if you have to enter in this particular loop, then your digits are greater than 2, not equals to 2. Cool. So 32 is of 2 digit number, it should be 3 digit number. So how you can check it? So for this particular case, I have divided 32 with the 100. Okay, if I do this, I'll get output as 0.32. If I just fetch the integer part of it, that would be 0. So any number would be any number divided by 100. If I do the parseInt of it, if I do the parseInt of it, and if I'm getting the number 0 or equals to 0, and any number which is less than or equals to 0 if I'm getting, then I can rest assured that my loop is not now my loop should not be executed anymore. Okay, since I get this number 0, that is why I divided my number divide like the number divided by 100. Yes, this is for no, this is for entire digit. Like if you just take an example, Dipanshu, you can just ping me after the end of this particular explanation. Okay, I'll check your logic as well when we are working with the code. Okay, we'll do that for sure. Okay, if I'll take an example of 1634, like any four-digit number. Okay, now let's run our code again. So first of all, I need to remove this four. Okay, so that's why I did what 1364 divided by 10, you will get your output as 163, correct? Right? You know, you will get your output as 163. Now from this 163 I want the number 3, so you will do 163 modulo 10, that would be 3. You will store this into the num variable. It would initially be 0, now it will be 3. Now you will check whether your 163 number is eligible for your criteria or not. So 163 divided by 100 is what, 1, you know. So your logic should be work again. So if you just do second step of it, that will be 163 divided by 10, that would be 16. Okay, now 16 modulo 10, that would be 6. Cool. Okay, you have to add this again for here. Initially it was 3, like before it was 3, now it would be 9. 6 plus 3, 9. Okay, now you will check whether your new number 16 divided by 100 is the 0. So if you are getting the 0, then you have to stop it. You don't have to execute again. Got it? Clear? After 163 4 divided by 10, will we not check the criteria that it should be greater than 2? See, if you are entering, like before entering into this, before doing this operation, we have to check it whether 163 4 these are the greater than 2 or not. So we will check it to the number of digit formula that we will look into in the code. Okay, but we have to check it for sure. Okay, Aishwarya. Okay. Okay. So logic is clear for everyone. Yes, logic is clear for everyone. I'll take the poll. Please let me know if my logic is clear. Sir, what I was suggesting it's that take the last digit outside of the loop, then use a while loop and greater than 10. Ekta, can you please post this particular thing after end of this particular code explanation? Okay, but otherwise we will explain one thing again and again. Okay, I'll surely take it. Okay, just ping me after the end of this particular explanation. Logic is clear, but what was the question? Join late. Okay, Priyanshu, the question was that if you have this particular number, if I give you 1634, then you have to add this particular 6 and 3 only. First and last should be removed. It should not be added. That was my question. Okay, Priyanshu. Okay, try to join on time so that you cannot miss on anything. Cool. Okay. So can we jump on the coding implementation part? Yes. Okay. So, okay. Just a second. Okay, is it visible to you, all of you? The console part. Okay. Okay. So let's just do the our coding, our code. So if I'll just tell you that first of all you have to just take the number. Just a second. It will just take the number where number is equals to, let's say 1634. Cool. Okay. Now I need to find my particular number of digits, right? So you need to create the program to find the number of digits. So how can you check this? How many number of digits are there? Okay, how will you check it? Can anyone tell me if you guys have remind those particular thing to me? Will we run the code in loop for checking big numbers? Yes, yes, yeah, we'll do. For small numbers as well, we have to run the loop only, you know, because initially it will be run for 3, then it will run for 6. Okay, where str equals to num plus and use the length of str. Ekta, we can do it, but we should not do it. That's what I'm telling. You don't have to convert your number. Conversion is always bad practice. It's not a proper code. Right now, I'm telling you that if I want to calculate the number of digits, let's say I want to get output as 4 here, what should I do? That's what my question is. Can we convert? No, Vishal, that's what I'm telling you. You don't have to convert it. Conversion is always bad practice. Priyanshu says count. What do you mean by count, Priyanshu? Num.count will be not giving me the value. Yes, that's what I'm asking. Like in the previous class, we have explained the logic regarding the number of digits. If you want to find the number of digits of this, we have coded this, if you remember. Okay, let me just do it. Hariharan says number divided by 10, number of digit plus plus. Yes. Okay, so now I'll just do while. I'll just take the while loop till my number is not equal to 0 or number is greater than 0. Can I do this? Can I do this? Both will be fine, right? Both would be fine. Yes. So we have explained this earlier as well, but right now, since you guys are not remembering, not recalling that, I'm explaining it again. Okay. So now, if you are entering into this loop, then your number of digits. So you have to take the variable here as well, where number of digits. Okay. Initially, it would be 0. If you are entering into this, that means your number of digits should be plus plus. Okay. Okay, now I have to divide my number to 10. Remember, if I told you that if you want to remove the number last digit, remove the last digit, then you have to divide your number, right? Okay, so till your number is not greater than 0, every time you have to do this operation. Okay, if I'll just do this, that console dot log number of digits. Will it give me the proper output, everyone? So this is for everyone. Na? This is for everyone. The one particular advice from my side that if I am explaining anything, you can just like you have to focus entirely on that particular part. Don't think here and there. You know, if you do that, then you will miss but some important part of it. So just right now, just focus what I'm explaining. I'll give you some time to ask some questions also. Okay, at that time you can ask your questions. That would be cool, right? Okay. Okay. So, will it give me the proper output or not? Amit, you can refresh your browser. So, for all of that, those are saying yes, they are wrong because we have not converted it into the integer. Whenever you are dealing with division operation, you just rest assured that you have to use parseInt when you are working with the division operation. Take this in mind. Okay, it may be the useful case when you are working with the parseInt. Okay, okay. Now let's check it. So it is giving me the proper output. Number of digits are 4. Okay. So we have completed our first part. That is to find the number of digits. Right. Right. Okay. Cool. Now I'll just remove that. And now, if my number of digits are greater than 2, then only I need to work. Right. Right. Enough. And I will also take some one more variable called as sum, and initially it would be also 0. Okay. If this is greater than 2, then I will work. Otherwise, Otherwise, I'll tell them that sum is equals to -1, right? According to the question, right? Here we'll do our work, do a logic. Okay. Otherwise, it should return sum equals to -1, and again we'll console dot log sum, right? Okay. If you just want to make it to the fancy term, then you can just use this, right? Remember, we have used this sum of dollar num is, it's called as inner sum, not sum, right? So we have to use inner sum of dollar num is uh, dollar sum. I hope this expression is clear with you all. We used this earlier in the class, right? Okay. So now let's just check our negative part first. Let's say if I'll take the input as 5, it should return me -1, right? So inner sum of number 0, why it's giving me number 0. Okay, so right now my number is no if okay, see what it did. Has anyone noticed like why it's giving me the answer 0? It's very important part. If you have noticed, can anyone tell me? It's very important. If you answer this question, then I can rest assured that you are understanding the concept well. Yes. So yes, except we did not update some at all, but some we have with some we have initialized with the -1. So number of digits right now we will get in the 5 number, that will be 1 only. So this condition would be false. It would be landing here. That's why it returned me the -1. But my question is, why it's returned me the number 0? Better because I have printed the number here. Number is 5. So why it printed here 0? Yes, so num here is changing, right? So remember this condition is be making true when number is equals to 0, right? This condition will become false, right? Then we have to stop our loop every time we are dividing one number to the 10, right? But we have updated our this number to the number 0. That's why it's printing here 0. Why is printing 0? That is clear. Anna? Everyone, for everyone, everybody, right? Why it is printing 0? Okay, Dipanshu. So Dipanshu, I'm telling you that if you are doing this operation, then tell me what should be output. Where a is equals to 5, and where a is equals to a equals to 4. Okay. If I just print my a, what should be my output? 4, right? Because it is updating. Initially it was 5, but I have updated my value to the 4 now. That's the same thing happening here. Here every time my number is dividing to the 10 till it becomes 0, है ना? So my number would be 0 after exiting this loop. That is why it is printing here 0, not 5, right? You can see here assignment operator is here, right? Right. So we have to take another variable such as sum original is equals to num original equals to num. Okay. After exiting this loop, we have to reuse this particular variable such as num original equals to num, like this. So my initial value, original value would be reassigned to the num. Can I do this? Right? Right? So my num would be, so let's check it. It's printing me the proper value or not. So right now you can see inner sum of 5 is -1. Cool. Okay. So because in which particular point you want me to explain again? Can you please repeat? Can you please be specific so that I can be rest assured? Anyway, let me explain you. Let me explain you just about this code. Okay, so entire code you are not understanding. Anyway, okay, ठीक है चलो. So right now, first we have taken the number 5. Ignore this for now if you are not understood this. I think so you have joined late. Anyway, number of digits are 0. Some are 0 initially. I have made a loop to count the number of digits that I already explained in the previous class. We did not do anything new in this class because this is already explained in the earlier class, right? Everyone, this has already been taught to you in the previous class. Okay. Now I'm checking whether my number of digits are greater than 2 or not. If it is greater than 2, then I need to do my logic. Otherwise, I need to return -1 in the sum. Okay, and I have just printed a string inner sum of num is equals to sum. Okay, so num is right now 5 because I have reinitialized it, because right now initially I have taken the copy of num and I assigned to the num original, and I have used this copy to reassign to the num variable, because after exiting this loop the num would be anyway 0. This is what is already been done today. Because am I clear now? Both will print point to the same address or different? See, Likit, I think so different, because like I don't think so it would be anyway different only, right? Because these both are the different variables. Can you see? Num and num original are different variables. So this both are the different variables, not the same variable. Cool? Okay. Okay. So now let's come to this logic. What should we write in this logic? Okay. Whatever we have done in the logic, parse int, Deepak, we have explained about this parse int. Now that uh, yeah, let's say see, if you have this particular thing where num is equals to 1634 divided by 10. Okay, if you just do this you will get output in the okay, sorry, let me just take this only. If you just do this, then you will get the output in the pointed format, right? But I don't want in the point, I just want the integer part of it. That is why I use the parse int here. Cool, Deepak? 10th line, okay. So Ravina, what is the question? Can you please tell me what is the question? So in the question, it is already been mentioned that if you have this number 1634, you just have to work with the 63. Now you just add this number 63. But if you just have your input as 9, then you don't have to add anything, because 9 is a single digit number. Na? Okay? So you have to ultimately you have to remove the first and last digit. But if you can do this only if your number is bigger than 2 digits, right? Okay? So if you are working with 564, then you can omit the first and last digit and you can just add the 6. Okay, that is why I have written here that your number of digits are greater than 2, then and then only you have to do your logic. Otherwise, you need to return -1. I hope am I clear? Okay, so please pay attention and don't join late. Okay, otherwise we'll repeat the same thing again and again. It would be waste of time. Okay, okay. Anyway, no problem. So okay, fine. So now we'll do our logic now. That if my number of digits are greater than 2, then what should I do? I already explained here. Okay, if your number is 1634, then you have to first divide your number, take the new number, whatever your new number are there, modulo 10, take the remainder, add this remainder to the sum variable. Okay, repeat this process until your number becomes less than 2 digit, right? Cool. Okay, ठीक है ना? Okay, so let's convert this particular English language, whatever I have just spoken, the logic what I have spoken in English, let's convert it into the JavaScript language. Okay, it's just a matter of conversion of language English to JavaScript. Okay, so I told you that your number is 1634. Take this number, divide it by 10. Okay, so let's take our number. One number is into the num form. Okay, so let's change my number to the 1634 now. Okay, so whatever my number is, I will divide it to the 10. I'll assign to the number again. Okay, because I have to do the modulo operation again, right? That's why I have to reassign it to the number. Okay, so num is equal to num divided by 10. Whatever I'm getting in this num, I need to do the modulo operation in that so that I can find the last digit of it. Okay, so let me initialize this particular variable called as last digit is equals to num modulo by 10. Okay, so I'll just write here in order to omit the last digit. Okay, add the last fetched digit to some variable. Cool. And I need to add this sum is equals to sum plus last digit. Can anyone spot some difference, some mistake here? the last digit. Okay. Yes, parsing. Cool. Perfect. Great. Very good. So whenever you are working with the the division operation, I already told you, be cautious also. Okay, use the parsing if it's needed in your logic. Cool. Okay. Okay. Now, since you are getting your sum, new sum right now, okay, you have to divide. You have to again check whether this number are of bigger than two digits or not, right? If this is true, then only you need to repeat this. Otherwise, you need to left assured, right? Right. So this entire process should be on loop. Okay. So I'll use the do while loop here. Why? I'll just tell you. Okay, this is my process. I need to repeat it. I need to repeat it if my number divided by 100 is greater than 0. Okay. Or not equals to 0. Right. Okay. 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 Na? Okay. Now what is do while loop? So whenever you are working with the do while loop, let me tell you. So what is while loop? Like what is loop, right? So in this particular any loop, this statement would be repeat until this condition would be false. True, right? Right? But in the do while loop, in the do while loop, we will mention our logic, this particular logic body of the loop here. After that, we will check our condition. Here, in this particular case, the condition will be checked first. If this is true, then and then only we are able to enter in this loop. But here, we will first execute our loop one time, even if this condition would be false. After execution, this after executing this particular block one time, we will check whether this condition is true or not. If this condition is true, then only we will go again and repeat this particular block. So this is known as, since we are checking our condition before entering into this block, this is known as entry controlled loop. Since here we will execute our body of the logic, body of the loop one time, even this condition is false. After executing this particular block, we will check whether this condition is true or not. So after exiting this loop, we are checking the condition, right? So this is something known as exit controlled loop. Okay. Okay, so you can get the idea from here that if you use the do while loop, then your body of statement would be executed at least one time. Okay, even if your condition is false, it will execute one time then to check this condition. But here the body of the statement would not execute even one time if your condition is false. If you just want to access that, your condition has to be true. Okay, so while run for n time, and do while runs for n minus time. No, n plus time. Yes, yes, n plus time is correct. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Everyone. Okay. So here in this case, since I need to execute this one time, at least one time. That is why I use this do while loop, and I added my logic here in the do, so that it will execute at least one time. Okay. Because anyway one time एक time तो true ही होने वाला है ना, because my number of digits are already greater than 2, then and then only I'm able to enter in the loop, right? After this making this division operation and assign the new num, I need to check again whether is the number of digits are greater than 2 or not. Okay. Okay, so in the while also, since I have done the division operation, I need to use parse int. Okay, nobody has noticed it except lick it. Good. Why we don't use plus equals to operator in line for you can use it. Who are stopping you? Who is stopping you, right? You can use it. Cool. ठीक है. ठीक है. Okay. Let's try to run this. Do you want to execute this in your mind? Because I will not do it for you. You have to do this for me, right? Everyone, why you guys are not answering? Because it's Friday. You're saying yes, like it is saying yes. Vishal, I'm asking you that no, that uh, do you want to run this particular code in your mind first, and then you want me to click on this run, or like I will not execute this code in my mind or debug this code for you. You have to do this for me. You need to spot any mistake, if like spot mistakes if any. Okay, I'm not telling that this is a mistake, like it's having some mistake, but if any, you have to spot it. Just like lick it, just spot it, the parsing problem in the condition. Okay, so Dipanshu says no. Let me execute this and check it. Okay, so it's returning me the 3, but the number is 16. So instead of this num, what should I use? What should I use? See here also num is changing, right? So instead of this, I need to use num original, right? Okay, na? So let's run my code again. You can check it. Inner sum of 1634 is 9. Let's change my input to uh, what 5, 6, 8, like this way. Okay, let's check it. It's 9 plus 6, 15, right? Cool. Okay. 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 So are you guys clear up to this point? Yes. Anna? Okay. You got the logic. So it was pretty cool, right? Because no, whenever you are getting this kind of requirements, you can also tweak your requirements, because this was something that has been taught to you in previous class, and we added some more logic after this. You also got to know about it, do and while today, right? Okay, so always remember that no, this case, that while, for, then for, in, if there are many kind of loops, right? So this all are the entry control loop, because condition would be checked after, like before entering into this particular block, but only this do while loop here, it is exit control loop. Okay, I will also learn the difference between of this enter control, exit control in the loops lecture. Then we will see in the detail. Okay, and at that time I will ask you then that when and why we have used this particular do while loop, and what is the functionality of that. Okay, and I want the answer from everyone, almost everyone at that time. Okay, try to remember this, because it would come, I think so, not so it will come, like it would come so soon, just in like 1 or 2 weeks maximum. Cool. So Parag is saying try for 5 digits. Okay, Parag, we'll try for 5 digits as well. 98876. Okay. Okay, let's run this and let's check it. 8 8 7 15 plus 8 23, right? It's right? Cool. Can we use number of digit code in main code through the call function? Can you, Ashish, can you please repeat? Can we use number of digit code in main code? Okay, so you're telling me that can we bind this particular code in function and then we can reuse it? You are telling me that? Yes, we can do that. Okay, do this. Okay, do this kind of process. Liquid code is working, so I don't know what is liquid code. Okay, this is the code, and it's greater than 99. Liquid, I think it will not work. I think, let me just see properly. Huh? I will not discourage you. N is greater than 99. Okay. N is equal to percent n divided by 10. Okay. While n is greater than 9. Uh, okay. return recursive equals to n modulo 10 and equals to pass in 10 by 10. So you did the same thing, na? You did the same thing, I think so. But except this condition, na? Right? First you have to divide. You have divided the code, divide the number, then you have run through the loop. Okay, okay. Let me just check it with the input 50. Remove this. 50 is minus 1. See, at the end of the day, it's not only about running the code. Huh? 15, okay, 0. Okay. Okay. At the end of the day, it's not only about the running the code, but yes, your code is running for sure. Okay, good. Okay, have you made this code on your own? That's great. That's great. That's pretty cool. And you are from computer background. So Parag, he has taken the 99 because he don't want to bother about division operation and all. He don't want to give a damn about it. So he just use number 99 because any number greater than 99 would be 3 digit, right? That's why he did this. Yes, because Rahul, anyway, number 99 would be like any number greater than 99 would be 3 digit. Okay, that's why I taken that. Okay. So now, but I'll say don't use this those code. Okay, try to confine. Okay, our code has gone. No, this is our code. So I'll update that in the deepest. So deepest is working fine for all of you, or you are having some issues with that deepest. Okay, yeah, Sikta, I'll just take this. Okay, it's working fine, right? So let me just paste it one more time. Uh-huh. Inner digit sum. This is called as inner digit sum. Okay, ठीक है. चलो. Now, what you guys are asking me that I just need to reassure one point. Yes, Ekta, please ask. Which is the better habit to use such direct logic or to find number of digits? Number of digit would be the actual logic. Okay, because interview can like might give some extra problem or some advanced problem over there. You cannot use apply logic because these logics are something called as a static logic. You need to develop dynamic logics that can be fit in any module or any project. Okay, so suppose if I just take this code and paste it to any project, whether it's from Google, from Amazon, irrespective of anything, just requirement is to add this particular things, you can use it. But in the previous code, you have to define some hard coded values such as 99 9. Those are bad, so those are not preferable to do. I'm feeding to basic when the advanced class will start from the next week. There to in your class, I think so. I just explained the basic part, Shivam, but the advanced part of it is yet to explain. Okay, so that those would be covered with regards to the arrays also from the next week. Okay, those would be entirely co-oriented part. Can we check num modulo divide by 100 less than equals 0? Yes, we can do that. To save the while loop which is used first to count length. Mm, yes, we can use yes. See the raised hand. Okay. So sorry about it. Ekta, you want me to you want to speak? Yes. I'll invite you to speak. Yes, please post it out, Ekta.
Audible?
You are not audible. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I just needed to like make one point. So can't we just do like num mod 100 equal num? So any number smaller than 100 that is a two-digit number would be caught here. Like I also pasted this in the chat. So
Okay, just a second. Let me see.
sir, थोड़ा नीचे.
Niche. Okay, okay, this one.
हाँ ये लास्ट वाला हाँ क्योंकि like suppose
You
anything like
want me to
35
post
mod
it
100.
where? In
No,
which
so I'm
particular
just
part?
asking, like,
Okay.
we can remove this entire like counting digit ka logic. Because
Okay, so you
code
want me
little
to
bit.
get rid of this? You want me to get rid of this? And instead
Yes,
of
sir.
this,
Like,
you just want to use particular this part, right? This one.
ha,
No?
yes,
Okay, let me
n.
just check it. N
Like,
modulo 100. What it will give? Suppose you can take an example of no,
yes, sir.
1564. Okay, what it will give you? 64.
Yes, yes, sir.
है ना? So if you just take an example of 1564 modulo 100, it would be 64, right? But
Yes.
what we will
So,
do with the 64?
uh, so actually, my point here that this logic can be used to find if the like number is two digit or not. So,
Okay,
what I'm trying to
so
say is
okay,
like
got it,
any
got
digit,
it. Ha ha ha. So if you just do 15 modulo 100, then it will give you answer 15, right?
yes, 1 to 99.
But 15 is also
Ha, ha. 1 to 99. So
1 to 99, right? Yes, yes.
factor
So
is like
yes,
n. Huh.
yes. So but if you just take an example of 3 digit, right? So over there you will get your answer as 56. So how
So
you'll
but
bifurcate
here
whether
we are
number is 2
only
or 3?
so we are checking like n mod 100 equal n. So here it is not equal to n now.
But
I am not
it will
sure.
not anyway equals to n. Like in which condition you can tell me that, if I just want to
One
achieve
minute.
this,
Like
what should I do?
so like why would we want to achieve this? Like I'm just like any digit from 1 to 99 is
Okay.
falling into that condition. It is less than 2 digit. We'll simply return -1. And if it is not falling under this condition, then we'll usual logic. Is my point.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Count
So,
digit का
for an
logic
example,
लिए.
if you just take
Yes,
yes, if you just take an example of any 2 digit number, let's say
any
40
two-digit
49
number.
modulo by 100. Okay. So anyway, it will
It
give
is
you the
like
answer as number only, right? Number only. Okay. So if you are getting this particular number only, then your number is 2 digit. That is not valid our case, right? But if you are taking anything except this
two-digit.
2 digit
हाँ,
number,
so
let's
then
say
हाँ,
495 or anything, then you will not get the number.
हाँ,
Okay, that's what's your
the
point,
number.
right?
So then we can हाँ,
Yes. Yeah. You
yes,
can do that. You
that
can
was
do
my
that
only
if you
point.
can implement that. Yes. You can do that. But one problem would be there if I can think about it. Let me let's just dry code that whatever you are just spoken. Let me just copy this, okay, with this particular part.
Yes.
Let me take this to the one code. Just a second. Okay. So now, if you just omit this particular while loop, okay, let's think together, everyone, let's to think together that she's saying that we can apply this particular logic where num modulo 100, if it's equals to n or num, okay, then this is not a valid case. If this is equal, then it will be
हाँ, so
two
return
digit.
minus.
So we need to return -1. Apart from this,
Yes,
we need to,
or
like,
less than two
whatever we
digit.
did here,
Two digit.
we can, like, yeah, we can do this here, okay.
Hmm.
But the one problem that I can think about this is, mm, 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 suppose in the particular year program, although we have not used this number of digit, just to check here, after this we did not use anywhere, okay, number of digit. If you have some
नहीं.
requirement wherein this number of digits is so important that you need to find it, not just to evaluate this, but after some operation, like after doing this also you need to find this, then you need to apply this. That's no, you don't have any choice. But if in this particular case, if you are talking about, then you can implement that. That's not an issue. Okay, it will give you the proper output, I think so. You can implement that and check,
Yes.
but right now, if I
Yeah, yeah.
can, like, as I can see, it will do your job. Okay, it
Okay.
will do your job.
Like I
So
just wanted to confirm this.
okay.
Like only for the
Yes,
situation. हाँ.
that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so guys, please think of like this way only, like this way also, right? Because if I'll just tell you the logic, it would be like monotonous conversation, right? Okay, so try to think some problems or something like this also. Okay, Sir, my logic for first digit. Can we use number modulo number of digit into 10? Okay, number modulo number of digit into 10. We can remove the first number. So, Likit, you don't have to remove the first number because anyway, if you remove or not, it will not be counted. Let's say for an example, 341. Okay, you just need to remove the first like last only. After that, you will add this 4, and if you add this 4, then you are left with number 34, right? 34 is anyway not greater than three digit, right? So if you so your first digit removal process is anyway gone in vain. It's redundant, right? It is not used. Like Dipanshu, can you please post your code again, please? Logic for my first digit. Like first digit is anyway not important here. Am I getting? Like Likhit, you are getting? First digit but why do you want to get the first digit? I'm asking you, Dipanshu. What you will do? You can you here number of like first digit is not important, right? Because as I have explained that in your number 341, okay, like we can add whole digit sum, but we are not supposed to add the 3 plus 4 plus 1 here, na? You just need to add 4 only. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dipanshu. I'm getting you correctly? So I'm telling you that add and subtract the last digit and first digit in on go. But Dipanshu, I'm asking you, what is the role of first digit here? I'm asking you that. Other the problem is almost completed, so you can watch the recording for this. The problem was no finding the inner digit sum. So if you have the number 341, then you need to return 4 only. Okay. We can remove the first digit by num. Likit, can you please raise your hand and come into the? Can you speak your problem? Because I'm not getting like why you want the first digit to be in the rule. Anyway, it is not usable now because after the removing the last digit, your number you are left with 34. That is not true. So you will left your loop now. This while loop will be not executed. Yes, you can raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Okay. Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Yes, Dipanshu. Please ask the problem.
Yeah. So, sir, what I was suggesting that instead of like making this whole problem, like why we not add the number of digit and add the sum of the digit in a single go and then subtract the whole first digit and last digit so that we can just finally get the number, like number of digit in one in
Okay.
a
So you
separate.
are okay. So you want to omit this entire logic, and you are telling me that
Actually, sir, I wrote the code, but like unfortunately, I just closed the my Mozilla Firefox and it vanished.
okay. Okay. So you suppose you have 1564, right?
Yeah,
So you are telling me that you will remove the last digit by the division operation, and how you will remove this first?
like the original number minus the number of digit
Okay. Then
minus one, 4 minus one into 10. Then the digit will be gone.
okay. So let's check it. 1560 minus 10. That would be 1550. How it will be gone?
Like, sir, wait a minute. I just wrote this.
Like 15 number minus number of digits minus 1 into 10, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so it will anyway give me 1550, no? So you can do one thing. If it's gone, then you can just implement your code again, and you can get back to me or TA in the doubt session.
Yeah, sure, sir. Will do.
Cool. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Uh, You're clear, like everyone else is clear with the logic, with the coding part that we implemented. ठीक है ना? So can we move further? Okay, now your next question would be that okay, let 1564 modulo 10 into length of digit will remove the first digit. Okay, so suppose if you have removed your first digit, like 1 is removed, and like from this 1564 first is removed, last is also removed, you are left with 56. So how you will add this 5 and 6? Dipanshu, how you will add this 5 and 6? By adding the digit code. You can do one thing, Dipanshu, implement your code and you can just check it, or else you can just post it. Hai, we can cover it in the last 10 minutes if time permits. Cool, that would work. Okay, yes, cool. Okay. So till this point, I guess so everyone is clear to the logic, and that's pretty fascinating, na? Because you are also thinking on your own. Like logic is also building, like you are also building some logics on your own. That's great. Okay. So now we'll focus on some more problems. Let me take this from the tab. Okay. So now, suppose I have, if I'll tell you that if I want to have the answer of 2 raised to 3, that would be 2 into 2 into 2. It would be 8. Similarly, 4 raised to 3, 4 into 4 into 4, 64. So if I'll pass this A and this B, means the base and the quotient, okay, exponent. Okay, I'll just pass the base as 2 and exponent as 3. So I need to return 8. Can I do this? How can I do this? From the code, A into B? No. 2 into 3, that would be 8. But 4 into 3, that would be 12. It's not true. Vishal, right? For loop till B S star equals to A. What is S star? Ligit, what is S star? A into B, A raised to B equals to, okay, yes, we can do that. Math dot power is also there, but okay, okay, ठीक है. So can I do this? That no, I will run through the loop. I'll run through the loops. Let's say for an example, I'll take the while loop. Okay. So in this particular while loop, I'll run this loop till base my base is greater than 0. In this particular loop, can I multiply my, like, can I repeat this loop to the exponent time and multiply base into base, right? Right, exactly. Anna, yes, no, everybody. Guys, why you are feeling low right now? Like today I cannot see some energy in you guys, as I know seen in the previous classes. Today you guys are not performing well, to be honest. Have you seen what I have written here? Everyone was seeing like exactly thing, right? It's not true. Yes, Ekta is right. So please look into the code before saying or commenting anything. Okay? Just say yes if you are truly understand the code. Otherwise, say no. It's perfectly fine with me. I'll explain it as many as time I want, and as many as time you want. Cool. Okay. So what should be here? What should I do here? Exponent, right? Instead of base, it should be exponent. Okay. So if you just think logically, na, that if you have 2 raised to 3, okay, so it will be anyway what, 2 into 2 into 2. right? So this, if I repeat this particular thing, operation of multiplication 2 times, okay, it will do my job, है ना? ठीक है? Okay, right? So this, in this, my, let's suppose my a equals to 2 and b equals to 3, okay? So I need to run my loop till my b is greater than 0. Every time I need to multiply my a into a, okay? And I need to subtract my base, or quotient, or b, right? Okay, because, okay, let me explain in some more simple way. So because if I can tell you that you need to find 4 raised to the power, or 5 raised to power 3, okay? So that would be anyway 5 into 5 into 5, correct? Correct? Yes, no? Yes. Now, if I tell you that I'll initialize my result variable is equals to 0 to initially, okay? I'll hold my anything, whichever multiplication I'll do, I will hold in this particular variable, okay? Now, can I tell you that if I'll tell you that if you need to do this operation, you need to multiply 5 to the 3 times, right? So anyway, you need to run your loop 3 times, because, right? Everyone, everybody, right? So what we will do, this is my, so in the 5 raised to 3, my a is equals to 5 and my b is equals to 3, okay? Forget about the base and exponent and all, okay? Let's take and understand in the native form, like a is my 5, b is my 3, okay? So if I'll run this loop for the 3 times, if I'll multiply every time with the 5, okay? So b is my 3 times, right? So I need to run through my loop for the 3 times, and every time I need to multiply my result with the a, and I need to return my result, okay? So for the first time it will be result is 0, so 0 into a would be what? 5, correct? Right? Right? No, right? Cool, okay. So paid your attention, that's great. So instead of 0, we will not initialize with 0, with the 1, because anything will be multiplied to 0, it will be 0, right? Okay. So now my result is 1 into 5. So for the first time my output will be 5. So result was initially 0 or 1. Initially it was 1. Now it would be 5. Correct? So, and I need to also decrease this particular b also, like 2 now. This is also like, you can tell the number of time of loop that will be run. Okay? Right? So for the first time it has run, give the output to the 5 to the result, I'll have decreased my loop count to the 2. Now for the second time, I need to do the same operation. 5 into 5. Result is 5. A is 5. It is 25. We have to assign it here. 25. You have to reduce this also into the 1. Okay? Now for the last time, okay, for the last time, we need to do the same operation. That means result is right now 25 into 5. That will be 125. Right? And I need to reduce this as well. So can I say, whenever my b is greater than 0, I need to do my job, and I need to do this. Can I do this? Understood? Now, Vikas, cool? For everyone, it is understood? Yes? Okay. So Vikas, please ask if you are not getting to the point. Okay? I'll explain this in a better way. Okay? That's not an issue. What is best while or for? We'll do this later on, like it in the loops lecture. I'll get you deep down on this. ठीक है? Okay, Dipanshu. Okay, ठीक है. Understood ना? ठीक है. So I'll repeat all over again, though for those who have not understood till now. Okay. So for an example, I have my question that I need to find 8 raised to 3. I'll assign my a is equals to 3, 8, and my b is equals to 3. Okay. Okay. Now, uh, if you do this operation logically, then your answer would be 8 into 8 into 8. Okay. So anyway, this 3 is telling you that please multiply this number for the 3 times. Correct? Correct? Okay. For better understanding, I am explaining it all over again. Okay. I am explaining all over again. Right? So uh, every time, you need to multiply your number A to the result. My result variable is already been declared to 1. Okay. Okay, I need to assign it to the result. Okay, if you do this operation, that means 1 into 8, that means 8. So after every assignment, or after every loop, you need to decrease this b also. Okay, so b minus minus also you need to do. So right now my b is 3, now it will be 2, and my result was initially 1, now it will be 8. For the second time I need to do the same operation, that means result into a, that means result is now what, 8, right? So 8 into a is what, 8, right? 8, that is 64. I need to do again b minus minus, that is 7. Sorry, 1, sorry, it was 3, then 2, then now 1, right? Okay. Okay, now for the last time, if I do the result into a, that means 64 into a, that means 8. Okay, that's 2 3, that's 5 and 2, right? Okay, I need to do decrease the b again, that means 0. So so every time I mistakenly, to taken this b in the result box, but you can understood my point, right? Okay, so till your b is greater than 0, you need to repeat your operations, right? Yes, because you can ask your question, don't feel pressurized. Okay, I'll explain it in the simpler form. Okay, yes, Likit, we can also do that. So let's code it. Do you want me to code? Yes. Okay. So Rahul and Likit are saying no, you are not getting the output in that particular form. Rahul and Likit, we are telling not to code. Okay. Okay, so you want to code on your own, but for everyone else, I think we need to do this, right? Okay, so we'll code this. Okay, guys. So let's take the number as no, a is 5, and where b is let's say 2 or 3. Okay. Okay, so this a is anything but not my, my base, and this 3 is my exponent. Okay, so how many times I need to repeat my operation till my b is greater than 0? Cool. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay, now if my b is greater than 0, that means what I need to do, I need to first initialize my variable called as result is equals to 1. Okay, and I'll apply this result, I'll assign this result is equals to result into a, right? And after every assignment of result, I need to decrease my result, exponent also. Okay. Yes, no, yes, that the same thing that we did earlier, right? Now I'll also console.log result. Okay, do you guys can think this will be done properly? Okay, Nilanjan, okay, I'll just come back to on this point. So we cannot use do while here. Okay, because okay, I'll just explain. Just a second. Just hold it for 2 minutes. Okay, let's run this. It's giving me the output properly 125. Let's change the input also, 4 and 4. Okay, okay, it will be 256, right? Okay, But if you have observed clearly that no, if you just pass this b as 0, okay, it will not, it is giving me output as 1. 4 is to 0 is what? 1, right? Because we have initialized my result to 1, right? If I have initialized it to the 0, then I need to take care of the case of the exponent 0. But since I have initialized with the 1, so I know that anything raised to 0, it's 1. Cool? ठीक है शिवम? Right? Okay. Now, now for the Nilanjan's case, or I think so, who has asked? Yes, Nilanjan only, right? So Nilanjan, Nilanjan is saying, people, he's saying that can we use do while loop here, such as this, like do, then whichever in the body part we have to cut it, we have to place it here. Okay, okay. So Nilanjan is saying, can you do this? So Nilanjan, as I already told you that in do while it will execute one time, even if irrespective of anything. Okay, okay. Then after it will check this condition. Okay, okay. So right now my result is uh, 1, my b is 4, a is 4. Okay, so technically it should return my like 4 is to 4, 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, okay. But let's see what it will return me. 256. Yes, it's correct or not? Okay. Now let's say if I do it 0 with the 0. See, it's returning me the 4 instead of, but it should return me the 1. Okay, it should not enter in the loop. You know? It will not work in that particular case. Right? Okay. Yes, no? But for that case, we use while only. But while we'll check after executing this. ये तो वही हो गया कि पूरा पिक्चर खत्म हो गया. उसके बाद हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं कि हीरो क्या है. लाइक ये कोड का मतलब मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, नॉट फॉर द डाउट, है ना. So after completing the picture, we really are checking who is the hero, है ना. Only while case as you used earlier. Yes, we can use it like this way, right? No? Yes, we can use this. So everyone is clear up to this point, people? You clear? Okay. Since we are now progressing little bit slow, but it should be proper. That's why I'm investing a lot of time in particular problems to invest in the concepts. Okay. 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 You need to debug this. Yunus, okay, let's debug this if you want. Uh, okay, let's debug this. Okay, this debugger. Okay, let me. Okay, can you do this in for loop? Sasan, you can also use the for loop here. Okay, okay. So try to use the for loop. Okay, and not use the for loop here. Okay, you need to do it from on. Why we need to use parsint without using that? We can also do the code. We haven't used the parsint here, Deepak. Which code you are referring about? You told by executes only if the condition is true, right? Yes, yes. But in do while, first the code would be executing, then after it will check the condition. Ashwarya, are you clear about it, or you have some doubt in that? It's returning me my code. Please refresh your browser and try again and see that you have properly console everything or not. Then why it executes even b greater than 0? It haven't executed, Aishwarya. If you see it haven't gone in particular this loop. Let me just tell you. Let me pick my screen. Okay. So if you can see here, then your b is right now 0. Okay. Your result is 1. So it will not go in this loop. It will just print the result. That's all. That's all. Am I clear, Aishwarya? So yeah, in number length we use the parsing code. Yes. Have you paste anything? Yeah, we have used the parsing, na? So what you want? Like we have used the parsing. Why we have used that? You want me to check, Deepak? So I already told you, na, that Deepak, we have already done this thing 2 times or 3 times today. That I already shown you this also, that to do this 345 divided by 10, then you are getting 34.5. But I just want 34, the integer part of it. Okay, that is why we use parsing. Try to use, try to execute your code without parsing, and then see what is the output. Okay. Okay. I'm getting confused. Can you please explain difference between while and do like? Okay. Okay. Sure. I'm glad that some of you guys are asking me the questions. Okay, that's not an issue. Okay. Oh yeah, this point. Okay. So since we have copied this, let me check. No, we have not. Let me copy this first. Power function. Okay. Okay. So, uh, in this particular case, if you can debug this in this Ashwarya, okay, then see this. Okay, first, this is my body of the loop, right? This is my body of the loop, correct? Right? You can only enter in this if your this condition is true. Okay, so let's check it. This condition is true or not. This is not true because b is 0 right now. Okay, so it will not enter in this and it will exit. But instead of this, if I have used the do while loop here, that means do. Okay, syntax is clear with you, Aishwarya? Yes. Okay. Now if I run my code with respect to the do while loop, then see, if the debugger after this, it will execute this no matter what. Like this condition is not true even now, right? But it will execute this. Okay, it will enter in the loop's body. Okay, 1 into 4, that will be written, result will be the 4, b minus minus, that would be -1, right? And now it will check whether your b is greater than 0 or not. If this condition is true, then this body will be executed again until this condition becomes false. Okay, but in case of while loop, it will not go in this. Okay, that is why it is written me the verb. If you are going to initialize result as 2 in do while loop, then 2 will be the output in 4 to the power 0 case. So he's saying me, Nirja is saying that if we just use here the 2, okay, okay, so you can assume that 2 into 4, that would be 8, right? Okay, but in the do while loop he's saying, yeah, okay, so let's run this now. It's returning me the 8 only, right? Cool. Okay, okay, cool. Okay. So now this was the one way to find the power. Okay, do you guys want break? Okay, so we'll take break for 15 minutes. So we'll come back at 9 50. Okay, we'll come back at 9:50. Okay, then I'll explain how can we achieve this. So yeah, one more, like just a minute. Ignore this 9:50 message. I'll give you, like, spend some more time with me. There's some more 2 or 3 minutes only. Okay. So if you observed here, your loops, how many times this loop will be done? Like if you, in this case of while, okay, how many times your loop will run? B times, है ना? Right? B time your loop will run. Okay. But suppose if I have my B as 90 on 100, okay, this much of big number, then your code would be heavy. Okay, your code will be much more heavy. It is not a proper solution in that case, right? Right. So in that particular case, we will find some other another solution. Okay, such as if you just spend, if you just look around it, like b is more, like more large number, then in that particular case you should do this. Let's say if you need to find 2 raised to 6, okay, so 2 raised to 6 is what, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 to 2 into 2, right? Okay, this is 6 times that we already seen how to achieve this, right? Right. But this 2 raised to 6 is what, 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 3. Yes, everyone agrees with me. Yes, right? Everyone agrees with me. 2 raised to 6 is what, 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 3. Cool. Okay. So it will anyway be this, like 2 into 2 raised to 3, right? 2 will be common out, है ना? Yes. Okay. So can I say, if I am doing a raised to b, okay, if I'm doing a raised to b, then I need to find the answer of the a raised to power to the b. Then can I say that it would be equivalent to the a raised to b by 2 into a raised to b by 2, like 6 by 2 is 3. So here I also did the same, like a was 2, so a raised to b by 2 into a raised to b by 2. Can I do this? Yes, it would be anyway a raised to b only, it's the same only. Yes. So here my loop will be run lesser number of times. Here if you see, my loop will be run only for 6 times, 3 times, right, instead of 6, right? So I can save more power and more time to of compiler and interpreter into my memory, right or not? Okay. So let's see. So if you have the question such as 2 raised to 16, okay, this is a big number. So let's continue with this. Okay. So 2 raised to 16 would be anyway equivalent to 2 raised to 8 into 2 raised to 8. Correct? Correct? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. So this 2 raised to 8 internally will be equivalent to 2 into 2 raised to 4. This 2 raised to 8 would be equivalent to 2 into 2 raised to 4. Right? Right? This 2 raised to 4 would be equivalent to 2 into 2 raised to 2. This 2 would be equivalent to 2 raised to 2 into 2. Similarly for this, right? Okay. Okay. So this is my, no, this is my first step that I did. uh, this is my tab. This is my first step that I did. This is my second step that I did. This is my third step that I did, and this is my fourth step. So the 2, then 4, then 8, and then 16. In the fourth step, in the fourth iteration, or the fourth time of loop, I can get my answer. Like, yeah, liquid is known as divide and conquer. Okay, it's right. Correct? Yes, no? Okay. So before it was 16 times, like my loop was running for 16 times, for 2 raised to 16, but now it will reduce to the 4 time only. So can you see the difference between all this? Okay, so that's why I told you that you are not supposed to focus on just output. Your code qualities also matters. How many times your loops are running. Okay. What is time complexity? I'll touch into that in future sessions. Okay, don't go into that. Okay. Okay. Yes. Leakage is correctly stated as one problem here. That, sir, what if my b is odd here? Like right now it's 16, so it's even. But what if it's odd? Okay. So make it even. Let's say 2 raised to 5. You have your question. Then multiply 2 into 2 raised to 4. Okay. Can I do this? Now it's even. Okay. Make it even and multiply it with a. So if your a raised to b, your b is odd. then multiply A into B minus 1. Okay, I can achieve this. Yes, got it? Logic. Okay, now in the break, if you have some time, then think about it. Otherwise, I'll tell you the logic. How can we implement that? Cool. Okay, but the question is clear to all of you, right? The question is remain the same, but with the lesser number of iteration, lesser number of loop iteration. I want to achieve the same output. Okay, so we learn it how to do this. Okay, so we will be back now at 10 o'clock exit. Okay, I'll give you the break of 15 plus 3, 18 minutes. Can you explain this again after break? Okay. If you could do from the second step. Okay. So why after break? Let me explain you right now. Okay, can I explain you right now? Okay, okay. So everyone, if I have taken the example, if I have taken the example of 2 raised to 16, so 16 is big number. So if we go with the conventional logic that we learned just now in the previous code, okay, it will be running for how much time? 16 times my loop will run, but I don't want to run it for 16 times. It is not a good code. Okay, and you reduce it. So what I'll do, I'll convert this 2 raised to 16 to 2 raised to 8 into 2 raised to 8. This 2 raised to 8 would be internally equivalent to 2 into 2 raised to 4, 2 into 2 raised to 4, right? Right? Yes, no? That's what we did earlier, है ना? ठीक है? ठीक है? Yes, no? See, ठीक है? Similarly, for this case only, we can write it as 2 into 2 raised to 4 and 2 into 2 raised to 4. This would be internally divided into 2 into 2 raised to 2. That means this 2 raised to 4 is divided into 2 into 2 raised to 2, and this 2 raised to 4 will be divided into 2 raised to 2 into 2. Similarly for this and this, right? Okay, so this was my first step, this was my second step, this was my third step, this was my fourth step. So I can achieve my output in the fourth step. Cool, right? Guys, getting it? Hello? Yes? So let me take the poll. No, Vishal, I think so. You will not make it from your own. Okay, I'll explain you once again. After the break, I'll also explain you once again. I'll also try run the code. Okay. What if we get odd in middle step? I'll no, you will not get the middle step now. That suppose if you divide any number, let's say 20 by 2, you will always get the even number only. So even number by 2 will be always even number, not odd number. Okay. So 27% says you they don't understand it. Can you please explain how what was the difference? What was the difficulty? Okay, so for the 10 by 2, okay. So if you have the quotient, let's say this b 10 by 2, it will give you the output as 5. Okay. So after this, after you achieve this particular 5, then you have to go to the even odd step like this. You have to do this. We will write this inside the loop. Okay, that if you are getting your output or your quotient as odd, then you have to make this step, otherwise you need to do this step. Okay, we bifurcate that. Okay, Jesh? Cool. Okay, so we'll come back at 10. Okay, exit. Okay, and we'll implement this. Is it cool enough? No, Chandrakant, I think I'll explain it again after break, don't worry. Okay, in the better terms I'll explain it again. Okay, go in the break. We'll meet at 10. I'll explain it again. Okay. For those who have not understood. Yeah, I'll explain all over again, Jayesh. Okay. 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 So we'll meet at 10. Until that, recursion, I have not explained recursion till yet. Okay. So you'll not go into it. So come back at 10 and I'll explain it again. Okay.
I'm audible, guys. I'm audible. ठीक है. Just a second. Okay, so let me share my screen again, and I'll explain you everything again. Okay, so everyone would understand that. Forget everything. Okay. Now I'll explain all over again. Okay, don't worry. Let's say for an example, uh, I have this much 2 raised to 6. Okay. Here my A is 2, B is 6. Cool. Okay. I can write it if my B is in even number, like it's in 6 is even, so I can write it as 2 into 2 raised to 3. Right or not? Right. Okay. Now suppose my this 6 is not even, like it's 5, it's odd, right? So what I can do, if my quotient is in not in the in the even number, it's in odd, so I can write it as 2 into 2 into 2 raised to what? 2. Correct. ठीक है ना? Right. Yeah, like it b minus 1 also we can write it if we are writing it as 2 into 2 raised to 4. ठीक है. But I have divided this 2 into 2 raised to 4 again to the 2 into 2 raised to 2 and 2. Cool. ठीक है. Okay, for now just let me try to explain in my terms. Okay, then after you can post your doubt. Okay. Okay. It should be 2 into 3 for 2 power 6. Nishant, it would be 2 into 2 raised to 3. Okay, it would not be 2 into 3 into 3. 3 into 3 would be 9. Okay, anyway. Now, so say, can I first say that whenever I'm given with the number A and number B, I need to check first whether my B is even or not. Can I say that? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So after you are getting your A and B, first you need to check whether my B, first of all, you need to check whether my B is greater than 0 or not. If my B is not greater than 0, then there's no sense to check, right? Right? Yes, no? Yes? Okay. After this, you need to check whether my B modulo 2 is not equals to 0. That means it's odd. It's odd. It's a case of odd, right? So in this particular case, what you need to do? What you need to do? So suppose for in this example, 5 modulo 2 is not equal to 0. Okay, so this example would be perfectly fit into this case. So what we did here, A into what we did. Please focus on it. What we did, A into A and B by 2, right? Okay, correct. Okay, till now everyone is with me. Okay, so can I say that if my B is odd, then I have to do this? Otherwise, what I need to do? Simply A into B and B by 2, right? Cool. Now everyone agrees with me. Everyone has taken their dinner, so their mind should be open, right? So now everyone agrees with me. Please participate in poll. If not, I'll explain again. Don't worry, you know. But I think so. It should be clear now. Okay. Okay. So for 30% people, what is wrong with you? Like, what's wrong in the particular solution? Can anyone post some doubt so that I can explain it? I don't want to rush up. That's why I'm explaining it all over again. We have learned this in standard number 4th and 5th, right? I'm just repeating it. Guys, can you please ask doubt or okay? Okay, so let me create the poll again. Okay, let me create the poll again. Click on true if you are agreeing, and if you want me to code, and click on false if you want me to explain it again. Okay, okay. So I'll explain it again. Okay, one more time. So what I did is, if your B or your power is even, if your power is even, okay, if your power is even, then you need to explain from A and B. Okay, then okay, I'll explain that. Okay, so if you are given with the A is 2, B is 6. Okay, your power is 6 and your base is 2. So it can be written as 2 into 2 raised to 3, 9, right? 9, yes. But in this case, where your power is not even, it's odd here. So can you write it like 2 into 2 raised to 2? It is nothing but 2 raised to 4 only. Yes, that's what we have written. But now in the mathematical form, it's the same, right? But in the tech coding form, can I check my logic as, first of all I need to check whether my B is greater than 0 or not. If yes, then I need to check whether it's odd or not. If it's odd, then I can do a into a, b by 2, like the same scenario with this. Compare it with the a is 2, b is 5, right? Okay, right? Okay, okay. And if my b is even, let's say for this scenario, if my b is even, and can I check it where I like a into a raised to b by 2, right? Okay, now let me tell you, let me just no, show you what I mean by this particular things. Okay, so let's say for an example, your a is anyway but 5. Cool. Okay, can I say this, right? Right, so my a is 5 and I can take my where result is equals to 1 and b as 3. Okay, okay, okay. Now after this operation I need to check for while loop. Okay, and to check for while loop whether my, or I can simply say this as power. Okay, whether my power is greater than 0 or not. Okay, till then my loop will be run, right? Otherwise it will not run, because there will be no sense to run the loop. Guys, please participate, otherwise you will not get the gist, huh? Right now, like today I cannot see that fire, to be honest, except for few people. Okay, I want participation from all. Okay, so I have also given you some break, right? Like 15 minutes break also, so please participate now. So after your power is greater than 0, I need to check whether my power modulo 2 is not equals to 0. It's for odd odd case. In this particular case, what I'm supposed to do, say for this case, when I b modulo 2 not equals to 0, so I need to do this, right? So I need to do my result is equals to result into a, right? Right, otherwise, what I need to do, otherwise for every other case I need to do a is equals to a into a, and my b should be divided, like power should be half, right? So my power is equals to power divided by 2, right? Since it's a division operation, make it clear in mind that you need to do the parsing, right? Right, and uh, finally you need to console.log a here, and here you can do console.log result. Okay, cool. And power minus minus, no, power minus minus was in the previous case, not in this case. Okay, let me just put it as a result here also, okay, so that we can check it. Power by 2, right? Okay, let's dry run my code. Okay, let's first run the code whether it's giving me the output or not. Okay, so see, 5 then 25. This only run, this loop has run for 2 times only because I have made the console here, right? So in the first run it gave the result 5, second it would give the result 125. This console is from the outside of the loop. Okay, let me first take this and explain you, so that, just a second. Before that, let me just put the debugger. Okay, then after we'll try run. Okay. Why debugger is not hit? Okay. Okay, so check in this case where your a is 5, power is 3, result is 1. Okay, power is greater than 0, we have checked, that's true. If your power is less than or equals to 0, then you have to break your loop. Okay, okay, now you are checking whether power is modulo 2 is equals to 0 or not. Okay, that means in this particular case it will be odd case, it will enter into this. Okay, your result is equals to 1. So you need to multiply your output of result into with a, your, if your power is odd. Okay, just the same way that we did here, you need to multiply your a to whatever you had. Cool. Okay, we didn't no use something else here, we just use the basics what we have gone through in the paperwork. Okay, after that every time you need to do a into a only, right? A into a would be there, right? And your power should be divide, right? So you need to do a into a and your power should be divide, right? So we did the same, and I did a into a and power divide. Cool. Okay, so if you do a into a, and your answer of a would be now 25 and the power of would be 3, right? Vishal, it will be not power by 2, it will be power by 2, not power minus 1 by 2. Okay, why? If we okay, can we complete this Aishwarya first, then you can ask another question. Okay, right now I'm asking that it's giving me the a is 25 and power is 3 because power is dividing by 2 since it is the case of the odd. Okay, so we did multiply with the no number a with our result, and we did a into a and power by 2, right? 5 by 2 also we did. Okay, the same way we did here. Cool. Now let's check again. What is my power now? It's 1 because we have assigned it to by 2. Okay, so it's 1 greater than 0, that will be true. 1 modulo 2 not equals to 0, that will be true, right? Again it will be enter in the loop and it will multiply your result with the a. Okay, now your a will be again multiplied to the 25, sorry 625, right? Now because this is also the case of the odd, in case of 2 raised to 1, 1 is also odd. Okay, so your 2 then 2 raised to into 2 with the power by 2, right? So we did here multiply by 2, this operation of multiplication we did it here inside the loop. This 2 into 2 that we did here in this particular ninth line, and the power by 2 we will do here. Okay, so if you do power 1 by 2, okay, that would be 0. Okay, 1 by 2 that will be 0, right? So your result would be anyway what, 125. Now your power is 0, so it will be left. So this was the concept. Whatever we did in the paperwork, that only we did no implement in the code. We didn't did anything new here. How many guys are clear up to this point? I won't answer from everyone, please. If you want me to repeat, I'll do that, but please participate. The Panshu little complex. Okay, let me explain it again. This is for odd. Okay, I'll also make it even. Okay, Nilanjan, I'm repeating. Okay, so first I'll just make it for even for any other no doubt. Let me just make it for even. Let's run this. Okay, Can you see output? It's running fine. Okay, 5 to the power 4, right? Okay. Now I'll repeat now. I'll take this. I'll do this in the OneNote. Okay. Okay. So here, as we have already seen, if this is the odd case, let's say 2 raised to 3, then you need to multiply 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 3 by 2. That will be 1. Right? Right? Am I clear? Like 2 here. Yes, no? Yes? Okay. Similarly, for even case, I have explained you multiple times. Huh? This please focus. Please focus. Because otherwise we'll just repeating the same thing. It will be 2 into 2 raised to 2. So no need to multiplication. So in the odd case only we need to multiply. That's the same thing we have mentioned here. We have multiplied this a to the result in case of only this odd case. Okay. For power modulo 2 not equal to 0, that will be imply for the odd case only. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. For every other case, if this is not odd, okay, so see, compare it here na, that if your power is even, then also you need to do a into a divide by like raised to power by 2. Let's say 2 into 2 more in the exponent, that will be 2. In the odd case also, that will be into a raised to power by 2. The difference is only with this multiplication, right? Okay. So for every case, even if this is odd or not, we have to do this also. So a into a, that needs to be done. Power needs to be divided by 2. Now a lot of guys were asking me why power divide by 2. Okay. Otherwise, like see in this case na, why we have divided power by 2 here, है ना? Right? Okay. So for 2 raised to 7, it would be what? 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 7 by 2 percent, that would be 3. Right? Right? So if you want to expand it and understand it, you need to do this. 2 into 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 3, 3 3 6 plus 1, what, 7? Got the answer? Right? So this is technically it's true. Correct? Right? Right? The same way we are doing it here also. We will multiply this a in case of odd only. Otherwise the logic remains same for odd and even both. Okay. Your a would be a multiplied by a, and your power would be divided by 2. This will be run again till your power will be greater than 0. Correct? Okay. Yes, Dipanshu, you got it now. That's great. Now I understood. Probably I was stuck with this logic, but okay, it's so simple, right? Yeah, it was simple. You were making it complicated. I think so. You guys are hungry today for weekend break. Okay. Okay. Let's take a poll now. Finally, for this. If you still want me to repeat, that's completely fine. But please pay attention. Otherwise, we will be repeating the thing. है ना? I have no issues on repeating the thing, but I want you guys to solve more problems. That's all I want. Okay. 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 So I guess a lot of guys now are clear with this. Anyone have any doubt? You can just ping it out. Anyone have doubt? Yes, Joseph, please ask now. I'm asking for the 6 or 7 times right now. Joseph, do you have any doubt? Where a equals to 1. What do you mean by that, Amruta? Okay, okay. ठीक है, Joseph. Okay, you were understood this. Okay, okay, by mistake that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Cool. Okay, so can we move it to another problem? Can you give us the lead code problems to solve, like what we learn that we want to use it for the code. That's why. Okay. Okay, Deepak. See, I'll share the link of this particular problems. Okay. So let me just show you now. Let just a second. You have to just go in the lead code, just like this. Then you have to go in this particular difficulty level. Click on the easy one. Okay. In the list, uh, just a second. It won't be array string, but right now I think so. No, you don't. Just a second. Why? What? What's wrong? The lead code difficulty level would be easy one. Okay. Now for any problem that you think that you can solve, right? Right now there will be many less, like very less number of problems that that you will be solving in this particular case, such as two sum. Okay. You think that is easy, you can do it. So you have to click on it. You just write the your logic in, like, click on the JavaScript in the like top of the drop down. Click the select language as JavaScript. Write your code here. Okay. It should be like there is also a solution here. If you don't have to like, if you don't access it, if you don't want to uh, see this, that's okay. But if you are unable to do this, you can also see the solution or discuss, like in the discussion also there will be many guys, they have posted, they explain the solution. You can also use that. Okay. And you can also submit your code and run your code here. Okay, so that you can see that whether your input is matching with your output or not. But right now I would not suggest to do this, because after learning the arrays of the next week and the day, the next 2 weeks, give the time of next 2 weeks. After that, I think so you will be probably solving these problems for sure. Yes. Any other website would be the Geeks for Geeks, X as Ekta suggested. It would be great. Okay. Likit, you can add condition for negative powers. Okay, you can also optimize your code. Cool. Okay. Okay. So can I go with another question? Yes. Cool. Okay. So for another questions I have for you is pretty much simple. Like it will be not that much of complex or too difficult to understand now. Okay, because the difficult question, I guess so we have already covered, like in our some or those kind of questions. So can you all guys can tell me what is the logic of prime numbers? First of all, just tell me what is prime numbers. What are the prime numbers in maths? I think you guys are pretty much, having trouble in your school days with the maths. That's what I feel. Is it true for all? है ना? I guess that right. Yes, number is divisible by one and itself. Okay, that is something known as a prime number. So a number which is divisible by one and itself, that is something known as a prime number. Cool. Okay. So that means if I will just tell you that, sir, please tell me that 15 is prime number or not. Okay. So what you will do? Okay. So you have to check, like, any prime number. No, it's not prime number, right? But how to check it? Since it's divisible by 3 also and 5 also, okay, it will be not a prime number, because a number should be divisible by what? 1 and 15 only. Then and then only it would be prime number. So for an example, in the case of 11, in case of 11, uh, from 1 to 10, number 1 to 10, how many numbers are divisible by 11? Only one, right? In this scenario, from number 1 to 14, how many numbers are divisible by 15? 1, 3, 5, and 15. Sorry, 15 will be not there because I have asked for 1 to 14, right? So 1, 3, 5, right? Right? So this 11 is your prime number. since it's only divisible by 1 and 11, but in case of 1 to 10 it will be like will not go with the number itself, because every number is divisible by itself, right? 15 is also divisible by 15, 20 is also divisible by 20, so we'll not take that case. We'll just check whether the number 2, 1 is also divisible by everyone. Okay, so 1 and number is also like always divisible, right? So if I tell you the number 15, then 15 will always divisible by 1 and 15. 20 would be always divisible by 1 and 20. 11 would be always divisible by 1 and 11, right? So for every number in the maths, it will be divisible by 1 and number itself, correct? Right? Yes. But I need to check for an example number 18. Okay. So in case of number 18, I need to check except number 1, except number 18. Any number between the number 2 and 17 is divisible by 18 or not. If yes, then this is not a prime number. If its answer is no, then it's my prime number, right? Okay. So I removed 1 and 18 in order to reduce our loop size, like reduce number of time loop will be run, right? Because 1 and 18 would be anyway divisible, correct? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Yes. So can I say if I my if n is 18, okay? Okay. So can I say that I need to check from number 2 to number 17 whether my n modulo this number I can iterate with I, okay, denote with I. So anytime if my n modulo I is equal to 0, if this condition is true, then it's not a prime number, right? Guys, you are no, you are fading up with the knowledge in the comment section. Okay, just try to understand first what I am explaining. You know, don't post codes. A lot of guys are posting codes. I have not asked for the code. I have not asked for another logic. Okay, first of all, just learn what I am teaching you. Okay, otherwise you will miss the concept and we'll be repeating the same thing all over again. Yes, I think you are getting my point, Hannah. Yes. Okay, so I'm repeating myself again. If my n is 18, okay, so I'll check from number 2 to 17. That means I don't have to check from number 1 and for number itself, right? So I will not check for 1, not check for 18. I'll check for 2 and n minus 1, that will be 18. Okay, and for every number between of this, I'll denote it at as I. So for n modulo I is if it's equal to 0, that means it's divisible. If it's divisible, then can I say it's not a prime number, right? Right? Correct? Okay. Okay. So can we write logic now? Can we write the code now? Yes. So whatever we have understood till now, let me copy this particular problem. I don't think so I have posted it. So this is the second way to find the power, huh? Power optimized. This is the best way to find the power. Okay. Now this is a code for the prime number. Okay. So for this, I'll just do. You want me to code in VS? VS code? Yes. Okay. ठीक है चलो. Let's open the VS code. ठीक है. And let's create a new file. Uh, so if you just open the VS code, ठीक है. If you just open the VS code, let me just set it. So I have created one repository in GitHub. I have create a repository in your GitHub. You can find your code in that particular repository. Okay, I'll tell you how to do that. Just hold on for a minute. Okay, yesterday night I also already given, like already created this for you guys only. If you want to create a new file, then you need to create in this like create icon. Just write your number, like write file. What we are giving, like what we are doing right now, prime numbers, right? So prime numbers dot js. Okay, this is your file. Cool. Okay, close this for now. Right. So in that we'll write what one number. What my number is 18 or 19. Let's take 18. Okay. For every case, I'll check for I is equals to 2. I'll check. I'll go till number minus 1. That's a 17, right? Number minus 1. I'll do I plus plus. Okay. Right. Inside this, I'll check if my number modulo I is equals to 0, then I will say that console dot log uh, dollar number is not a prime number. Okay, right? Else I'll say console dot log number is a prime number. Okay, if you want to run this and check it, okay, so you need to go. I'll just make it big size so that you can see that this terminal option. You have to click on this terminal. You need to click on this new terminal. Inside this you need to write node, then space your file name prime numbers dot js. Okay, to do this, let me just save it first. Okay, let me run this again. Into You can see this, right? So for every case, since I have printed it inside the loop, for every case it is printing 18 is not prime number, 18 is not prime number, 18 is prime number, 18 is prime number. Okay, so you need to do what? To just cut this console into put this outside of loop. है ना? Inside this you need to check whether my number is prime or not. Okay, so if it's prime, then you need to do what? You need to do just simple thing, right? Like where is prime. Okay, this is a variable. It's right now it's false. Okay, so if my number modulo I is equal to 0, that means my prime number is false. Okay, if this is not, then my prime number is true, right? So here you can check through the terminal ternary operator is prime. If my is prime is true, then I need to print this is a prime number. Else I need to print what is not a prime number. Okay, this is a ternary operator that we can use. We have already learned it, right? Okay, let's check it now. And you need to, if you want to clear this console of the previous task or the previous code, you need to just type CLS. It will clear your screen. Clear, right? Right? Okay. And I need to run my code again. Node prime numbers.js. Okay, so you can see 18 is a prime number. So there is some mistake in our code. 18 is not a prime number, right? Let's check what is the mistake. Okay, so is a prime number is prime is true, then if it's a prime number, otherwise it's not a prime number. Okay, fine. Can anyone tell me what is the mistake here? Can anyone tell me what is the mistake here? Correct. Excellent for like Dipanshu and Vira Pandi. Excellent work, excellent focus that you have. Okay, we need to break our loop once it will get executed. Okay, so where should I put break? in here, if part or else part. Okay, Deepak, that's great that you have observed, right? Okay, okay, Deepanshu, I didn't know about it, so sorry. Okay, okay, so if I'll do this here, break, let's check it now. 18 is a prime number, still it's same. Why? Okay, I didn't save the program, I think so. Okay, so see, in the if you're working with VS Code, then you every time you need to save your program. Okay, 18 is not a prime number. So if I'll change my input as 11 and save my program, CLS, run the program, it say 11 is a prime number. It's working fine. It's working fine. Is number minus I less than number minus 1 will not check till 16. Number minus 1 will check till 16 only. In case of 18, in case of 18, in case of 18, how many times do you think that will be run through? Like 18, it will go till 18, right? So 18 less than number minus 1, that is 17. 17, right, Priyanshu? We can check 16 by 2. For 16, crack from 9, it can divisible. But how can you bifurcate that from 60, from 9 it can be divisible? Yes. So you need to put break here also, because once you found that it's not a prime number, right? Between this 2 to number minus 1, you have found that this is not divisible, right? So you have to also break your loop, right? Correct. I is going till 16 only. Okay, let's check. In case of 18, in case of 18, we are starting with the number 2. So 18 minus 1, that would be like, first of all, I is 2, so 2 less than 17, then it's incremented 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but after the two first operation it will break na, it will break. So if you have some doubt, then you can print here, like console dot log what is the value of I here. Okay, so you can print I. Okay, right, I can do that na. Yes, Priyanshu, it will not go till 17 also, till 16 also it will not go. Okay, let's check. See, after 2 it will break, because we have put the break here for is prime is true. Yes, that I said, because from 1 to 17 that has to be checked. But after, if you encounter that after the number 2, first of all you have encountered that 2 is divisible by 18, so why you need to check 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 till 17? What is the number here? What is the number 2? The number 2 is like a value of I. So let me just copy this, because you can might not see properly here. This is my code. Okay, my number 2 is my I. So my, if my I is, so let's debug this na. Let's wait. Okay, number is 18, is prime is false. We'll start with 2 till we'll go with till the number is 17, less than number 17. That means not 17 is included, it will go till 16. Okay, if you do equals to here, then it will be go till 17, but anyway it will not go till here. That's what that's what I'm saying. Okay, if your number modulo I, that will be 18 modulo 2, it will be anyway 0. So your is prime is false and it will be break, right? So why you need to check again for number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, है ना? We'll break the loop, we'll print the I here, and we'll print the is prime, right? So it's not a prime number since it is divisible by number 2. Number as 11, it will run. Okay, let's check it. Is the number 11? Okay, let's check it. for number 11 is prime is false, 2 to number 11 minus 1, that will be 10. Okay, so we need to put the equals to operation here because we need to check with the number 10 also. Cool. Okay, so we need to write it here 11. So if you see that, let me close this, run this. So sorry, remove this debugger for now. Okay. Okay. Yes, you are right, Priyanshu. It will be equals to operation here. Okay, 11 is a prime number. Okay, but because see why we have put the equals to operation here, because otherwise it will be just checking with the number 9 only, because we have not included this equals to before. So number minus 1, that will be 10, I less than 10, that would be, it will be checked through the 9 only. Okay, that's why. Reduce the loop to the half number by 2. Okay, if you just do this number by 2, that means 11 by 2, right? So if you are doing it this 11 by 2, or just number I less than number, yes, log n. Okay, Atish is saying to no, reduce the loop half to the number, that will be number by 2. So if you do this number by 2, that will be 11 by 2, that will be 5, right? So let's check it whether it's giving me the output or not. Okay, 11 is a prime number. 26, 26 is not a prime number. You can also do that. Number will divide after the half. Number will divide after the half. What do you mean by saying this? You can optimize it. Yeah, you can optimize it at that whatever way you want. Yes, percent also, like it's division operation, so you need to use the percent. Get it, Dipanshu? Priyanshu, yes, percent here. You can optimize it in whatever way you want. Okay. Example 10 will not divide by 6, only divide by 5. Yes, yes. I don't get the logic behind that number by 2. So uh, he's saying that if we do the number by 2 thing, okay, so you can check whether its number is 26, right? So 26 divided by 2, that will be 13. Okay, so my loop will be run till what, 2 to 13, right? Right. So with the 2 to 13, it will be check for entire operation. It's if it's having, or if it's happening with the anything, it will be giving us the output as properly. Okay, that's why we have divided our number divide by 2 here in the condition part, right, Adesh? That's what you meant. You can also divide by 2 also, you can check with the entire numbers. Adesh, you want to raise your hand? Please raise your hand. Okay. Okay, Atish, are you there? Please raise your hand. Oh, Parag, you are not understanding this. Yeah, you can also unmute yourself, Dipanshu. It would be also fine. Okay, Atish, yes. Yes, Atish, please say.
I am audible. Hello.
Yes, please say.
So why to do to check the number to the end? If I using a loop, why to check the entire number? So if we divide it by two, anyhow we can reduce the number of loops. For example, if we want to, if 11 is a prime number, why to run
Okay.
the entire loop till 11? So
Yes.
no number can divide up its to its half. the number can only be divisible to the half of itself. For example, if we take 50, so
Yes.
maximum divisible is only 25. No, no, it cannot be divisible after 26. So it's
Correct.
waste of the loop to check to this entire number. So if
Correct.
divide the entire loop to the half of the number of iteration we can divide, we can reduce the number of iteration. For
Correct. So for this case, for this
for
case 26, it will be
26.
just
So
run for 12 number of
12.
operation,
So
right?
maximum it cannot divide by 14, 15, 16, 17. So
Correct.
it's no
Correct.
use of getting checking the number entire. So if
Correct.
we divide it by 2, anyhow our iteration will be get the half. So we can also reduce the time complexity if we, for this
Great.
thing, this kind of case. Or
Great.
even
Great.
if you want to more optimize this, we can also make a square root of it. So the number of iteration will get reduced more rather than the going
Yes,
to the half.
that's what mentioned in your deck, I think so, right?
I have not checked it that because I
Yes,
have
that's
in my
what.
college
Yeah, yeah.
level I have done this kind of so that
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. So it was mentioned in your deck. Okay,
Okay.
so you can end this, and I'll explain.
Uh,
Okay, so okay, so see, if you're taking your number as 30, right? So take the factor of 30. What is the factors of 30? 1, take it, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. ठीक है, after this 15, ठीक है, after this 15 the only number is divisible by itself is 13, but that we don't want here. ठीक है, as I already told you that one and number itself that we will not taking. Cool. ठीक है, right? So so right now if you have observed, we have moved our loop till number 2 to n minus 1. ठीक है, ठीक है, for an example, for number 18 it will be run what through what 2 to 70. Correct? Yes. Yes. Okay, so it will run to 17. But after, so if you check the factors of 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so after number 9 only number 18 is divisible by itself, right? Okay, so but 1 and 18 we don't want. So can we say that 2, number 2 till the n by 2 we can take? So from number this 9, after this number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, these operations can be saved off, right? Yes. Priyanshu, Dipanshu, not getting for 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Aishwarya, I'm telling you, take any number in the world. Okay, let's say for number 50, 50, right? Okay, so for number 50, any factor. So for an example, if you can take example of 30 itself, right? So any, if you take an example of 30, these are the factors of 30. Any factor that we want, like we don't want 1 and 30, है ना? We just want 2, 5, 6, and 15. So any factor of this, ठीक है, maximum is number 15. ठीक है, so if you divide this 30 by 2, it will be 15, right? So after this, can you get any factor of this? No, right? So from the number 16 to 29, our loop would be waste of time. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, right? So for number 21, if you say, so 21 divided by 2 in percent, that will be what? 10. Okay. Okay. So yeah, in the code, it's Ashwarya is saying 2 to 3. Ashwarya, what you want me to ask? You check the code for 2 and 3. For 2 and 3. Okay. So for number 2 and for number 3, you want me to check for individually? Okay. So if you just take an example of 2, 2 is not a prime number, but 2 is a prime number, right? So what's wrong here? 2 by 2, that is 1. I is equals to 2. I less than or equals to 1. Okay, so it will be not run any time anymore, and it's just printed this, I think so. Okay, so let's try to optimize it. Okay, cool. There is a problem for number 21. Okay, there is also a problem for number 2 here. Okay, let's first resolve that. Okay, okay, so we'll check this. If I is 2, 2 is less than 2 by 2, that is 1. Okay, it will be 1. It will be not go in the inside, so it is just returning from the outside of the case. Okay, so it will not return the proper thing. Okay, okay, so we have to optimize it. So how can you optimize it? How can you optimize it? Anyone have click? Yes, for number 3 also it will be the same. Using if, how to do this with the if? Default will be the true. Okay, okay, let's make it default will be the true. Let's check it. I want answer from you guys only. Huh? I'll not repeat the thing. You have to, at the end of the, you have to work, right? Okay, so let's check it for 2. 2 is working. Okay, since it's true. For 3, let's check it. 3 is prime. 3 for 3 is not working. So please check it, lick it. Can anyone tell me what is wrong with this? Anyone? Yes, 3 is prime, but what's wrong with this code? Why it's returning me the false output? Nothing wrong with this. So why it's returning the false output? Condition. This one. 3 is prime. Yeah, I know, but for loop. Okay, for loops condition. What should I do here? Ikta, what should I do here? Returning right operation. No in for we need to optimize. But for, yes, square root also we can do. 3 divided by 2, that is will be 1. That will be anyway go outside of the loop and it will return true. Okay, that's why returning that 3 is a prime number. We have to go inside loop. Right now it's not going inside loop. First, let me just tell you how can we go inside this loop. Right now for number 3, it's not going inside this loop. I want optimization in this. What's wrong here? Sir, if the number 2 or 3, we can simply put on if block and return true. Okay, okay. So, okay. So anyway, so if we are doing the condition part here, why need to check the for number 2 here? For the number 1 and 0, it will not work. So she is telling me to put this like I is equals to 2, then it's not prime. Let's say it's prime is equals to true. Else if my I is equals to, this is what you meant, Ekta, right? That is else. This is what you meant, Ekta. Yes, let's check it. Uh, where is the wrong syntax? Line number 10. Okay, yeah, else. 3 is a prime number. Still, it's not working. It's working, right? Sorry. So we can check with number 2 or number 1. 1 is a prime number. 1 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number. 6 is a prime number. Yes, the code is not working. See, guys. See guys, we will not waste much time in this, okay? I'll tell you the solution. Or if you guys, if from any one of you want me to like want to speak, it's most welcome, raise your hand. I'll make the changes. Priyanshu, the question is like that, if we have changed this condition of n by 2, right? Our code is not working for 2 3, it's not working, right? So there is some mistake here. I want to rectify it. Okay. Yes, Ekta, you can speak now. Yes, Ekta.
Hello.
Yes, Ekta.
Okay, yes. So like as I mentioned in the chat, for one, we'll say it's false. For two and three, we can say it's true. Okay, and later
Okay.
on, we can start from four, and
Okay.
in the like, huh,
Okay.
oh, um,
That's what you meant,
eh,
right?
so yes, sir.
Cool.
1 minute.
Yeah, please check
One
it. No
minute.
problem. No problem. No problem. Take your time.
Okay. Hmm. I less than equal to very four. So, hmm. So like afterwards we can go till this the root condition, because so we know that the factors of a number, they exist in pairs. So for 30 it is 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3
Hmm.
and 5, so 5 and 3, so that way. So the idea here is that, like, I feel that if it is if we do not find a factor in the first half, so obviously we won't find it in the second half. So that's why the idea is to go till the root of that number,
Please
less
repeat
than equal
of the square root
yes.
case. I got your point that you want me to check here to the square root point,
Yes,
right? Math dot square root
a square root of that number.
number, right?
Huh.
Cool.
But no, sir. I think that there is some glitch. I'm missing out some
Yes.
like some simple point. Yeah. Um, 2 is less than equal to.
Can anyone tell me? Anyone from you can tell me what's wrong? What's wrong with this? Because I think so. Today, or we can wrap up with this particular solution. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with this?
So meanwhile, I'll just come up with
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right
Sure. Sure.
solution.
Sure. Sure. So I like see. I have not no told this solution till now. I have just doing what you guys are telling me. Okay, irrespective of what you are telling me. Okay, I'm doing the same even if I know what's wrong. Okay, so I want your mind to be opened up. That's why I'm doing this thing. Okay, do one thing. Do one thing, guys. Do one thing. You already know that no, we can implement the solution that we implemented before, such as like this. Okay, without these conditions, right? Okay, 2 2 number minus 1, we implemented that, right? Right. Okay, we gone with this and we found the proper solution with this. But with respect to the number by 2 and met the square root with the number, with those conditions our code was not working, right? Okay, so tell me in the next class why it was not working. Cool. Okay, I'll shift to the other questions right now, because if I'll go with the entire flow, it will be the some waste of the time, right? Sir, this is wrong. I have rewrite many times, but you haven't see. Okay, Rias, can you please post one more time, please? I think it should be I less than number only. Okay, yeah, number minus one and number, that both would be the same thing. Okay, if I do less than equals to number minus one or just number with this, it would be both the same thing. Check for line number 21. Check for number 21. Yeah, it would not work. It would not work. It would not work. Right? Break statement will end the for loop. Yes, break statement will end the loop, as I said. So if I will remove this, you want me to remove Shubham? Okay. Yes. Yes. Uh, uh, else. Okay, this one. 6 is not a prime number. 2. 2 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number. Okay. Break. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. See, you got the logic of what is prime number. Yes, you got what we need to take inside, like what, how to implement the prime numbers logic, right? Right. So it's pretty simple. You are missing out some pretty simple thing. Okay, so try this, debug your solution. Okay, I'll just move it with another problem. Okay. Okay, and in the next class, if you are not able to find a solution, I'll be helping you how to where you were wrong in that. Not getting for another. It's breaking for 2. Yes, it will be break for 2 because it will not enter na. 2 less than 2, it's not true. That's why it's not entering it here in this particular code. Okay, can I do this? Can I do this? Can Seema have posted the reason? Priyanshu has posted the reason. As numbered by 2 will give 1 for 3, it will not fulfill the react. That's what I'm telling you na. That's what I'm telling you. It will not go. It will not fulfill the iteration. But what should we do in order to rectify it? That's what my question is. Problem is pretty much simple na, Priyanshu. Need solution for n by 2. Okay, so whatever, like there are many things that you guys are telling me. Implement this. What I'm telling you, just implement this, okay, and check it whether the code is working or not. Okay, if it's not working, then check why it's not working. Debug that. Okay, every time, like I explained you the logic. What should we like if number is divisible by any number? Okay, it will be not prime number. Cool. Okay, it's clear, right? So I'll just do this. That please share the deepest link. Yeah, I'm pasting the deepest link, but before that, I need to explain you something else, because right now we have wasted a lot of time in understanding this, right? Oh shit. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Okay, so this is your deepest link. Okay, I'll set the expiry as 1 year. It's like 4 weeks, so it's more than enough. Okay, it's 4 weeks, I think so. Yes, expires in 4 weeks, so it's more than enough, right? Okay, Likit, you have to implement that. Okay, I know that there is something bit like a very small mistake in this particular code. Okay, once you will debug that, you can get rest assured. Okay, so till the 1 month you can get the code, na Deepak? Like after 1 year, what you will do with this code? Okay, you have to practice that. It's just for sharing the code, not for the notes. Initialize its prime to true, and no need of else case. Okay. So Veera Pandit, can you please come on the chat and raise your hand, please? Today we'll extend our class a bit, okay? Because we have spent more time in this problem. I hope this okay. Is it okay, right? See, I'm doing this because I want your mind to be open. Okay, I want your mind to be open. So everyone is saying something else. Okay, I cannot change the code every time, you know. So let's do it for last time. He's saying that it's true, make it true, and remove the else condition. It will not get run the code. 2 is a prime number. Okay, make it for 3. 3 is a prime number. Okay, make it for 4. 4 is not a prime number. Okay, make it till 11. 11 is a prime number. Okay, it's working. But what I need to do if I want to go with this logic, that I don't need to run my loop till number. Okay, it's right now it's running for what, 2 to number 10, because I don't want to run till 2 to 10. Okay, then what should I do? That's what my question is. So if it's not working for one, okay, then you need to check now that for one case, like if your number is a one, then you need to check here, like you can return one is not prime for one number one. Okay, one is like one is anyway, it's not an issue for one. Yes, exactly. Deepak is right that you have learned something. Yes, I have pasted. Okay, just a second. I'm creating the deepest link for this also. Okay, this is not included. Okay, edit and prime number. Okay, yes, this is the case. Okay, okay. Now, in the next class, that means tomorrow. Like tomorrow, if you can do, I can understand that tomorrow is like morning class. So if anyone can solve this problem tonight, that's okay. If not, I'll explain it to tomorrow's morning. Okay, that will be fine. But please try, please open your on your mind. Okay, don't just say that do this or do this. Try first and then see. Okay, okay. Am I okay till this point? Can I move to the other question? Yes. Okay. You will try, right? Everyone, you will try. Yes, no. Okay. Okay. Priyanshu, where is Priyanshu? Dipanshu. Okay. So now, now, the question is that suppose if I need to print a Fibonacci series, or let's make this Fibonacci series for tomorrow's class. For today's class, just the last question that I'll take. Uh, have you heard about the tables? Like it's a pretty simple question, huh? Printing the tables. Like if I'll tell you the number 10, okay, so you need to print 10 into 1 equals to 10, 10 equals to into 2 will be 20, 10 threes are 30. Similarly for 100, okay, so you need to print till 100. Okay, you need to print something like this. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Yes, I'll tell the logic. I'll also not write code for this because this is pretty simple. Huh? I'll not write code for this. I'll just tell you the logic as just I explained the prime number. Okay. So first of all, you need to take this 10. So in the number, you will have 10. You need to run your loop till 1 to 10, right? So you need to run your loop for I is equals to 1, I is less than or equals to 10, I plus plus, right? Here you need to just print out a statement where you need to print that console dot log here, uh, the number, like dollar number into I is equals to number into I, right? Right. Okay, so you need to print the string. Okay, so it's simple, we can do it, right? Or if you want me to write the code? Okay na? No, right? Okay, okay. So I'll tell you that prime in the prime numbers, also it's pretty simple. If I'll tell you the mistake of yours, you will laugh at yourself that this much of mistake that we did. Okay, just understand the concept that the logic that why this is the prime number. If it's divisible by any of other number, then it's not a prime number. Okay. Okay. So in prime number also you have to try. You have to just give it a try, huh? Otherwise I am there. Cool. Okay. Now for another question that I have for you, that's for the triangle. So can anyone tell me when should triangle be formed and when not? Let's say if I have this triangle A, B, and C. So if I'll tell you that no, my A side, this B side, and this C side, that means your AB, BC, and AC. Okay, what is the relation between all this so that it cannot be form a triangle? Sum of two sides greater than or equals to third side. Okay, yes, correct. So is true. That means this AB plus BC, okay, will always be greater than third side. Then only it could be make a triangle. Similarly for this case, AC plus BC, it should be greater than this. Similarly for AB and AC, it should be greater than BC. Okay. So for triangle, if you need to make, then you just have to check whether so this is your triangle, this A, this B, and this is C. Okay. So you need to check whether your B plus C is less than or equals to A, or your A plus B should less than or equals to C, or your C plus A less than or equals to B. If this is the case, then your triangle is not true. You need to return false. Okay. Otherwise, you need to return true. Can I implement this? Can I implement this if you want, or you want to try from own from your own? Okay, let me implement this. Okay, so you guys are telling me to implement this or not? Yes, no. ठीक है, चलो. Let me implement this. Okay, I'll just take I'll just take input as where a is equals to let's say, okay, let for this case let's make a function for this. Okay, so function is triangle. Here I'll take the input as a b c. Okay. 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 I am trying this question with another form so that you can understand it well. Okay. Right now we have not till now we have not used functions pretty often. Okay, but now we'll do so that you can also comfortable with the functions. Okay. So now if your b plus c, okay, less than or equals to a, or your a plus b should be less than or equals to c, or if your b plus c is less than or equals to a. Oh, sorry. A plus C less than or equals to B. Okay. If this is the case, then you need to return false. Okay. Otherwise, you need to return true. Like say else, you need to return true. Okay. Now I'll call this function. Let's say is triangle A. Sorry, I'll just define ABC. So my A is equals to 7, B is equals to 10, and my C could be 5. Okay. So now let's call A comma B comma C. Okay. Okay. And let's print in the console dot log. Okay. Yes. So if this is true, that means it's a triangle, right? But if I'll just make it as 7, 7, 10, and well, let's make it as 25. Okay, let's try this. It was false, right? 777. You can try with any other value, Dipanshu. We are not, here to taste the values. Okay, we are just making to the logic. Okay, so if you make it 777, that's also true. It's equivalent triangle. Yes. Yes, we can remove also. We can remove else. Like we can also write this. It will no make no sense. Okay, it will also do the same. But I don't think so. Like much more guys would understand that. That's why I do this. That's why I did this. Also, you can also remove. Like remember, if you just have one line in if, you can omit this angular brackets, like curly braces. Sorry. Okay. It will also do your same job. But make a habit to write it, even if it's a one statement. Okay. This is just for your information. FYI. Sir, equals to is not needed. Why? So if I remove the equals to, then it will be like 777 would be false. But it is a triangle, right? So first, no, think like this way, you know. So if I'll just remove this, uh, if I just remove this, then 777 would be false. It's wrong output. It's not a true. Okay. Oh, it's true. 7 a plus b. Okay, 14 less than 7. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's 7. Yes, yes. Okay. We are not checking A, B, C only. We are checking the summation of the two inputs with the third input. Okay. But as far as I know, it should be equals to. Should be equals to as far as I know. Okay. Because for a triangle, if 7 7 14, if I just make it as a 14, it should also work. It is also a triangle. Sorry, if I just make it as 13, 14 a plus b, uh, 14 greater than equals to 13. Okay, so if I just make it as 13 this, and I make this as 7, it should work, right? It should also work. Okay. Okay. Who wants to speak? Jayesh? Yeah. Yes, Jayesh, please say.
Hello.
Yes, yes, Jayesh, please say.
So when we draw a triangle, suppose imagine there is a triangle which has three sides, 5, 5, and 10.
Okay.
So if we add 5, 5, the resultant would be 10. So it will basically form a line. Uh, that is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that is also correct. That is also correct. You are not saying the false thing, okay? But in the question also, they will tell you that if this is a triangle, then your both side would be equal to or less than to the third side. If this is the like greater than or equals to the third side, because this is a false case, that's why we have written here the less than equals to, right? So you are telling me that you are taking input as 5, 5 and 10, right?
Correct.
That's what you are telling,
Yeah.
correct? So it's 5, 5 and 10. So basically it would happen that no, for a plus b, so for this case, so 10 is less than, if I just remove this, so it will be in the false case, correct?
Correct.
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 So it would be in the a plus b, 10 less than 10. It should be the false case. Why it's written in the true? Let me refresh the page. It should be false. uh, a
So we
Okay.
should
For
use
other case,
and.
it will be the false. Okay, so for either case, it should be or only, not and. It should be or only. So it should be equals to only. For one case, your answer would be true, but for other case, it would be false, right? है ना?
Okay, okay, I got it. Got it.
ठीक है? That's why I
Yeah.
made this equals to. Cool.
Okay, okay.
Now, if you just check it for this case, it would be false. Cool.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. I'm missing out something else. Why return false? Okay, so we have to return false because the for making triangle, it is a rule that your two sides should be always greater than or equals to the third side. So you can also write something like this: greater than, here also greater than, here also greater than for affirmative case. Okay, and you make it just here true and here false. Now you can, I think so, you can get it. Okay. Yes, we'll wrap up for today. No worries. No worries. We'll wrap up for today. In this, we need to use, no, we have to just use or only, not and. Because for every case, we don't have to check. For either case, we have to check. Dipanshu, please check what is the rule of the triangle. right? Okay, we have to check for or only, not for and. Cool. ठीक है ना? Yeah, correct, correct, Parag. Yes, Ikta. So we'll continue with this tomorrow. For tomorrow also I have some more problems for you. We'll also solve that, है ना? And for Sunday we'll resolve some doubt. That's fine. Great. Cool. ठीक है. ठीक है. So for that's all for today. Now we have spent more time. I think so. Some little bit more time in one single problem. Okay, but then after you did not got your mistake, you did not get your mistake, what was the mistake, you know? So please resolve that, and from tomorrow onwards make a habit to, you know, if I'm explaining something, just focus on that first and then after ask doubt, because while I'm explaining, if you ask doubt, it would be much difficult for, you know, handling this both two parallel thing, right? Okay, so after that I'll give you some time to ask some doubt. You can also post your opinion in that. Okay, but if I'm explaining, you have to give your focus in that, because otherwise you'll miss out the important points. Okay, I've told this today only for two times, right? Okay, yeah, that's great, Ikta. It's no, I'll tell you that I've taken a lot of badges in an academy also, in re-level also, but in your batch, since you guys are like many of guys are non from the tech background or computer backgrounds, but still I haven't feel at a single time that no, I'm teaching to some non-technical people, you know. So that's great that you are also learning, you are also focusing, but I'm just saying that focus more on what is taught, right? Today also I explained some more concept regarding the sum of the digit, है ना, that we already covered in the previous class. So make a habit to cover all those points in one lecture only. Okay, if I'm asking you any of the things after this, after today, tomorrow also I'll ask you some related for today topic, then also you need to get the topic, right? So today also I want to explain you regarding this GitHub. I created this particular repository for GitHub. This is your repository, right? I also committed last like 12 May, that means the day before yesterday or yesterday only, right? So I need to explain this also, but I we lack some behind some time. How to check which code is more optimized? So Dipanshu, for now you don't just focus on optimize, just forget about optimization. Okay, we can check it with this console also or network also. Okay, but for now, if you learn that, you will be feeling much more complicated thing. In JavaScript also there is something called as timer. Yeah, so you need to set some timer and check how many seconds it's running, you know. So there are many things to check this when we do the revision lecture. Deepak, I'm not sure about it. I think so in the next lecture, but you can ask regarding this to the Anshul. I'll not be able to join tomorrow. Okay, you can watch recordings, Nilanjan. Yes. One show that Prime program. Okay, I have shared the link. Na, like it. I have shared the link, so you can check from that deepest link. Okay. When do we the revision lecture the next week? You can ask. Once show the Prime program, I'll take access. Likit, I think so. We have taken like I have shared the deepest link, right? Not copied. I don't think so. This is the na. This is the case. I think so. It should work. This link would work. It will give the proper output. Yeah, this is the link. Na? See, it's working. Otherwise, I'm just copying this. Okay, you can. Okay, this one. Next time, please tell us how to set up Git repository in VS Code. Nilanjan, if time permits, I'll surely explain that. But first, we need to solve problems. है ना? VS Code and GitHub is like secondary thing. Primary thing is solving the more problems. Okay, I have more problems, like very vast number of problems I have, which I need to taught, like I need to teach you, but due to the lack of time, I cannot. You know, because of the doubts and all. So it's also important to solve your doubts, right? Classes are going good for beginner like us. We'll have to price up for our learning speed. Yes, pace up for learning speed. Yes. That's Vaibhav. That's exactly that you need to focus on. Dipanshu, I no, in this weekend I will not have any extra class because today I explained like I am working with the advanced problem solving itself, right? It was not, it was supposed to over in the previous class, but we are overing it right now. You know, in the next class we'll solve some more problems related to the problem solving. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have to increase some speed. Okay, so for that I need support from you also. Okay, everyone. Sometime answer matches but not the code. That happens. That happens, Dipanshu. With the practice you can wrap up with this, don't worry. Okay, so for today, Likit, I have given you some questions, right? Some related to the problem solving also, some prime number also, है ना? You can check it. Yes, 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 sure. You can ask me doubt, no problem. ठीक है? Okay, cool. ठीक है, एकता. That's great. So for that's all for today. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow at the same time at 10 a.m. Right? ठीक है? So I think so everyone have enjoyed the session, right? So this is the final poll that's for today that we already like always do in the at the end of the lecture. Please participate in that so that we can wrap up with the lecture. Okay, okay, okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, ठीक है, ठीक है. चलो तो फिर we'll meet tomorrow at 10 to 1. ठीक है, for Saturday. Cool. Don't worry. I think so. 9% is like just for one people from 77. है ना? Great. Okay. 9. Fine. ठीक है. चलो. Bye. Good night. And please have some revision, and from tomorrow onwards please focus. All right, good night and bye.